people. I don't know if you can hear me, but we're here.
I definitely hear you. This is
Great.
Tommy Andreasen here,
Yeah,
also
this is
called
John.
Old Man Tommy in the Kahoot, if I'm present already.
Yeah. So
Then
everyone
you,
can go ahead.
yeah, you would have older man John Delaney there, I guess.
I'm just John D for now. I guess I could change it.
It's fine.
Yeah. For context, guys, I needed to help them with joining the call, and they felt like old man, as you know, everyone does with new technology, even I, because you know, technology is advancing so fast. But yeah, guys, if I'm right, the code for the Kahoot should be on stream. We're going to do a LEGO CHIMA Kahoot today to see who is the best Chima expert, and I'm just going to say, like Tommy said, and of course Johnny too. John said to me too. Yeah, it's just been a while since they've worked on Chima, so we shouldn't get our hopes up. But maybe it'll surprise us. Who knows? It will be great.
I have been preparing all day, by
Yeah?
the way.
Ooh,
John, what have you done to prepare for this event?
please bring us a chicken.
Not much.
Well, I've had 3 glasses of red wine. That's how I've been preparing.
It's always a solid option, solid choice. There we have the people. Yeah, guys, everyone, just go on screen. If you want to join, just go to, it says there on screen. Join at www.kahoot.it or with the Kahoot app, and then select a pin. That'd be great. And we have Tech Studios, Brick Slash Ball. We have someone called Yes, and someone, of course, called Level, because we needed someone like that, because this is a Chima stream, of course. But yeah. Also, let's take a look at this chat, because let's see what people are saying there. Yay, who's a LEGO CHIMA fan like me? Says Star Lady. Well, I think everyone here is. At least I expect them to be. We also have Brick Slash. I think that's like if it is the YouTuber, a LEGO YouTuber, or maybe it's just a Discord member from like a LEGO Discord I saw. And we have Leloid. That's of course a very famous character. I'm not sure from where it is. Maybe you know, Tommy. Where's Leloid from?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't deal with that stuff anymore. That's something I've left behind.
Yeah. It's from Ninjago, of course, but yeah, Tommy doesn't work on it anymore, or he isn't assigned to it anymore. I'm not sure. But,
Well, actually, I have one last Ninjago piece of content that's coming out later this year, but it hasn't been announced yet. It might be announced at Comic-Con, but it's a pretty cool thing. And this one has been written by myself because I was the one that was available to do it.
Great. Well, that's something to look out for, guys. If you also like Ninjago, and I'm sure many of you guys do, because according to my statistics, a lot of you guys are Ninjago fans, which is great to hear, because many people say that all the Ninjago fans hate Chima, which many do, but it's great to hear that a lot of them also like Chima. So yeah, because why should you choose one over the other when you can just choose both? They're both great themes.
Yeah,
Tommy's been trying to overlap them for years, sneaking in Chima things into Ninjago content.
Yeah,
yeah.
We've seen it. And of course,
Oh,
now,
good.
I mean, if they actually bring back, or not bring back, but they actually feature Chima in the merch right now, which, you know, there was confirmed that Chima also merged with it, which I mean, it doesn't need confirmation, of course, but still, then that would be, of course, a thing that you would very much like. For me, I think.
I don't know if you saw it, but Lego Chima actually also crossed over into Lego City at a certain point.
Really?
There was one video. Yeah, there's a video where they're exploring some really, really old ruins. It's not part of the TV series, but it's one of those online videos. And if you look at the statues, you will notice that it looks a lot like some of our characters. It's pretty cool. I'll try to dig it up. It's surely online. I don't remember what it's called, but I guess it's like 5 or 6 years ago.
Wow. Oh,
If we don't become a TV series, we'll live on as Easter eggs in all the other projects.
Well, you know, I'm still doing a Lego TV series, so there might be some opportunities there. At least I've successfully made Ninjago appear a few times, and that's probably going to be more of that.
Great. Chima, it's very sad that Chima, didn't make it, but, I will be happy if we would get anything. Anything would be great. And Easter eggs are always fun. And convince me otherwise.
It's better than nothing, but it's just a little painful to see that there's not much going on in terms of Lego wanting to celebrate it, on the 10th anniversary and stuff like that. I think it's up to us, like the last bastions, to really hold aloft that flag and wave it around.
Well, I'm certainly planning on doing that, so I'm just continuing to do my thing. And
thank you, much appreciated.
No problem. I love Chima, as many of us do. Yeah. We have we have many people in the Kahoot, 30. By the way, guys, not everyone can join because I only have 40 spots in it. I'm going to start soon, so if you want to join now. By the way, we have someone called the Walk, a Vanguard. That's actually someone from my Discord, and we have Turbo Screamer and Lavertus, Ninzane, Raga. Man, we're getting the whole cast here. 31 people. Let's go.
It's interesting. I did actually read a bunch of the old Bibles and material we used to develop the show, and so many of the names changed. So if I come up with a crazy name, it's from some document that actually didn't make it to air.
I mean,
so I basically prepared on things that aren't necessarily correct.
That's a very interesting choice, but I'm sure it will result in some very interesting questions, I guess. So.
Yeah, and I think if we have an opportunity to talk in between questions, I think that would be good. It just if anyone has anything to add to like the current question or anything like that, maybe there's a bit of interesting fact or tidbit or something like that.
Yeah, we can certainly do that.
See how it works. So I just want to make sure. Are you seeing me in the Kahoot?
Yes, I am. Actually, I think I can look. Everyone I see, John Derflani with John D, and I have the Big Mom Senna. That's a friend of mine. And we have a Chima Channel fan. Ah, that's an awesome name. I'm sure I'm sure. Yeah. We also have we have Old Man Tommy the Frog. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're going to start soon. We have 35 people at the moment.
Just a minute, because I think I may have just lost the link somehow.
Oh, do you want to rejoin or what?
I think I will want to rejoin, and I'll do it on my computer this time because I am such a klutz with my phone.
Oh, no.
Just a minute here.
I would be faster. Only 36 spots left, so everyone, I would say join. That'd be great. Okay, well, guys, it will be a set of like 50 questions. Not sure if we go through all of them, but if we make it, then that's great. If we don't make it, that's also great because then we have a lot of things to talk about. So that's be awesome. Also,
all right.
Are you in?
I am in. Now I am Tommy the Elder. I like embracing that age of mine.
The Elder.
That's better.
All right, I'm ready.
I think everyone is ready. 38 people. We could just wait till the last 2 spots are filled up, or we cannot. It's your call if you guys want to. Probably going to wait for like 1 minute. Yeah. Who made Kahoot? Well, Big Seat, that is something I'll actually get to. At the end of the stream, I hope it's alright with you guys. I'm really going to credit and also drag in the call the creator of the Kahoot to thank him, and maybe he wants to ask you guys something. Maybe the stream, maybe you guys. Maybe Tommy and John.
Sure.
Yeah, that's it would be the least thing I could have done, because I didn't make the code, everyone, because I of course will participate with you guys. So it'd only be fair if I didn't make it, and so I didn't make it. I'm just playing along, and I have no clue what the questions are.
Exciting.
40 people, so let's start, people. It's full. Let's start. The first question. Get ready.
Okay. And time is a factor in this, so answer quickly.
Yeah, indeed. Pass your answer, the more points you get.
Ooh, yes. Oh, are we answering verbally or just on the?
Well, you can do whatever you want. It's. I mean, we don't really get any prize. Something actually, if some of you guys from the chat are on the podium, and you guys might want to talk to the creators too, because it would be an achievement. But for the rest, there isn't really a prize.
That first one is an interesting question. That all our characters are single parents or missing parents.
Yeah,
it's the Disney way. You know, there's tragedy in every childhood.
Well, actually,
I never even thought of that.
What's fun is we get told like this. I think it was like the what was the Lego Chima sticker book or something, that Ewald was actually the father of Ares. Not sure if that was intended, but if he is, then I mean, still her mother wouldn't have appeared as far as we know. But if Florax would be her mother, then and Florax would have appeared, then it would be a different answer. But you know,
the whole Phoenix thing is much more esoteric and weird than that. I think, you know, maybe they have gotten it wrong in a few books, but it's not like Ares is half Phoenix. She has the soul of a Phoenix.
Yeah.
So, you know, John, add anything you want. This is just my head.
I was gonna say Florax, I think, was in the movie.
Yeah.
She was
she was in the movie a lot, actually.
She was the gardener, the famous gardener of the Phoenix. That was a good character, but she never made the series.
For everyone,
I mean, part of why there's not parents is that we were limited on assets sometimes. They just didn't want to build another character and another voice. I mean, I think that might have been why there's so many single parents.
Yeah. But Florax and Fluminox was Flinx's parents. Yeah. And then, you know, it's just implied that Ares is an old soul, so maybe she's inherited something from the Phoenix somehow, maybe just through the sun. But, you know, I don't think the claim that Ares is half Phoenix is correct.
Yeah, I mean, their thought process of like the makers of the comics was like, yeah, you have like a physical part of your body, or you're up as a person, you have a physical side and mental side, or like a spiritual side, maybe like half of it, like with the spiritual side being like a sort of Phoenix, then I guess she's half Phoenix. You could see it like that.
Ares was always my favorite character.
I think that's what everyone's favorite character. She's a fan favorite.
And like, you know, start out every damn season with her flying and.
Yeah. Right. Let's go to the next question. So I'm on the podium, by the way, so that's great. And I am the first. Oh, Toaster Cat is actually very close. Only 1 point between me and Toaster Cat. Ooh. Let's go to the next question. And what does Krinket give Lavertus before he is exiled? A very, you know, I would say specific answer, specific question, but some of you guys might know it. Sure, I do. But do you guys? Do you guys actually know that or remember it, Tommy and John?
It's actually funny because I was trying to come up with questions in my own mind, like what kind of questions will there be? And I didn't do a very good job. It was like, oh, this is too easy or this is too hard. But this was a good one.
Oh,
that's a good question.
Actually, if you take a look, 32 people got it correct and only 6 got it wrong.
Oh.
How do I find the answer?
Well, I think. Oh,
it's the scarf, John.
It's the scarf. Ooh.
Oh, I put necklace. I knew it was something that
Secrets of War. Yeah.
I remember it being something that she wore, but
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, I got beaten. Toaster Cat is now number 1. Good job, Toaster Cat. Only 3 points ahead of me. Let's change that. In which episode did Lavelle and Layla meet for the first time?
Oh.
Ooh. Ooh, I think I know the answer, but do you guys? Maybe I should help a bit. Maybe let's just say it was at a Phoenix outpost, which actually is this Phoenix temple, the Flying Phoenix Fire Temple or something like that. It actually depicts that outpost. It's not depicting the temple.
Way too long to answer that one.
And the faster you answer, the more points you get.
I was correct.
Actually, a lot of people got it wrong.
I got it.
It's great. I got it too.
I actually remember more than I thought.
I moved up 3 places. I'm in 8th now.
So it's the crescent, which
it is the crescent. Which very interesting place. Like,
if you want that ends with a rainbow.
Yeah. I think it is. But for anyone who doesn't know what I was talking about with like the Flying Phoenix Fire Temple set, it actually depicts like the walls and the door, the gate. It actually depicts like pretty much it's pretty much a one-on-one copy of the Crescent Outpost, on which the Phoenix Temple or Bastion, the Blazer Bastion lands. Like literally a one-by-one copy. Like the gate, the wings that are like besides the gate, it's a complete copy. Exactly the same.
Cool.
Many people don't know that. But let's take a look at who's first. Actually, Toaster and I got beaten by Red. It's now 3 points ahead of me, and Toaster and Dexter is actually now on the 3rd spot. So it's pretty close. It's a pretty close Kahoot. Next question.
All right.
What type of food do the crocodile's legend beasts like to eat? Well, I mean, we actually only see it eat one thing, I believe. Have we ever seen legend beasts?
I'm just guessing on this one.
Yeah. Let's just say
I mean,
it wouldn't be.
You just take the John, you wrote this. Take the stupid answer, and that's the correct one.
Yep, probably. Or the most obvious one.
Yeah. It's just the most obvious one, and actually, almost everyone got it correct. Ooh.
Except me.
Oh.
I said fish.
Well, yeah, it would be a more logical answer. Not the most stupid answer though, so
Tommy, why was the legend beast eating meat and not fish?
No, it would be eating cupcakes.
Yes.
Remember,
cupcakes.
He has a tray of cupcakes and he throws it to the crocodile.
Yeah, Lavertus was like, I'm crazy and stuff. I'm actually crazy, and like, how dare you, like, what would he say? Like, how dare you not taste my cupcakes or something? And like, he was talking to the legend beast, like, oh, why did you bring your friends, Crocky? And then he just gave the legend beast some cupcakes. Yeah.
Yep.
And then Cracker was like, oh, the legend beast likes cupcakes. Like, oh, and then the bear, like, Bloodfish, like, oh, me too. And then they just all started eating cupcakes. Sorry.
If Lavertus had been, what did Lavertus feed the crocodile beast? I would have gotten it. I think I totally forgot about that. Now I'm back in 32nd place.
Ooh, well, maybe you can climb up again. Go to the next. Let's go to the leaderboards. And I'm the first right now, and I'm actually tied with Red. That's cool. Let's go. Which 2 characters tried to become the better Whoosh? And already like 12 people answered the question. Let's go. And let's just say, let's just say that. But this, of course, from like the biggest race ever. I think that was called, the episode was called that. Like the biggest race ever. Which La Whoosh, the peacock, aka the best rider in Chima, before Shadow.
The Whoosh.
Dom de la Whoosh. Yeah. What one of my kind of favorite characters.
Yeah,
he only shows up once or twice.
The voice actor of Cracker and La Whoosh actually thinks that La Whoosh is like one of his favorite characters. That's pretty cool.
You remember what Dom de la Whoosh was called before it was rejected by legal, John?
No, what was it?
El Razzle de la Dazzle.
Razzle de la Dazzle. That's actually a nice name.
Yeah,
Razzle
it was.
De La Dazzle. What was the story about it?
There was apparently a toy in China or something called Razzle Dazzle, so it was like, oh, this might be contentious or something like that. So we pivoted to Dom de la Whoosh, which was my favorite anyway.
What actually is that toy then? What was the toy that it was named after?
The Razzle Dazzle?
Yeah.
I don't know. But Dom
I think
DeLuise is just
Yeah. Go ahead, Tommy.
I think Razzle Dazzle is like some sort of craft toys with beads and strings.
Ooh, interesting.
But Dom DeLuise has a very nice ring to it.
Yeah, it does. Anyways, let's go to
where
the
did he
next
show up?
question. Oh, what do we
Where
want to
did he
say?
show up again? Dom DeLuise. He showed up at another
Yes.
time, I think.
Well,
or maybe that was just a plan.
No, he showed up in like an episode. What was it called? Like the best day ever, where they're all riding on speeders and having a great time. It's one of the first times where it's like there's no conflict. They're just like racing around, and Dom DeLuise joins them.
Indeed.
I think he's in 2 episodes.
I'm not sure what was the last episode he appeared in, but there was another episode which he appeared. But I'm not going to. I'm going to say. Yeah, actually, let's just say. The one episode in which he appeared was like I think it was like Cool and Collected or something, in which he was frozen by the ice hunters.
Right.
Actually, that certainly was the last time we saw him.
I remember seeing him frozen. Right.
Let's go to the next question, by the way. So, and let's look at the leaderboards. And Red is still in first place, 1 point ahead of me, and followed by Dexter. And Toast. So let's see what happens in the next question. So the next question: Tormek is the last surviving member of the Tunnel Cats group. Ooh. Actually, I'm not going to say what it is yet, or maybe I am right now, because it's been a while. But in the movie, we actually get to see, like, I think more of them, right? More than what we got in the show.
Yep. No, they have a whole. It's a great character and a great group, and yeah, I'm sorry we didn't get to see more of them.
Yeah, I think like Chaser or something, like the cheetah that we got to see in the movie. He also was part of the Tunnel Cats group, I believe.
I don't think we can consider the movie canon since it never happened and no one really knows it. But
yeah.
Also, like John only got to do the first draft of the script because it was cancelled. So he never got my brilliant notes on what to adjust. Which he would have appreciated a lot.
It's still a great movie, I would say. Like, I really think I read the script, of course. You gave it to me, and I really love that we got more depth on like the Fluna's character and why he left his son, of course, or why he didn't leave his son. Because to me, he also appeared like kind of a jerk, to be honest. Like he was like, "Oh, I won't join the elimination because I had to be there for my son," and I was like, "Okay, but like." We see the main character survive the elimination, so why didn't you just join and just return to your son like just an hour later or something, and then just get that added benefit of maybe saving the world? But no, it makes more sense now. But yeah, you guys want to say anything on that or comment on that or just go to the next question?
Well, I mean, how about that ending of that movie script that we never made?
Yeah. But yeah. Let's go to the next question. Oh, let's take the scoreboard. And I'm first again. I'm still tied with Red, man. Red is some fierce competition. See if I can beat her now. When is Dom's last appearance? Oh! I'm not sure actually. I'm not sure. I might have been beaten here. Might have been my fatal answer because if I'm still getting tied all the way, all the time, then I actually answered pretty late. I'd have lost here.
My thing is, I've forgotten what the titles. I remember the story. I remember what everyone's doing, but I don't remember the actual titles of the episodes.
Well, I only know a few. Oh, I got it right. Let's go.
All right.
I don't think you got it right.
Timing the judge again.
Okay, let's take a look. And let's take a look at the scoreboard. Oh no, I got beaten by Toaster Cat. Ooh, he's 10 points ahead of me. Ooh.
What was the answer?
The answer was a very slippery slope.
Ugh. I put Fired Up.
Yeah, Fired Up. I think that's like the episode, like the first episode where they got fire cheese. So that would make sense in my mind actually.
At least it's the right season.
Yeah.
So,
And the moment we're talking about is when he's frozen.
Yes.
Right? Yep.
Yeah.
I think like I think this time like when he was unfrozen. Because when he was frozen, there was like a different episodes, but like we see him reappear as one of the defrozen statues or unfrozen statues in Sir Fanger's trophy room.
Ah, yeah. So he'd appeared like probably in 4 episodes, and then that little holiday special where
Yeah.
he's skating on the ice.
That's actually his last appearance, yes. So I guess a bit of a error or mistake in the thing, but yeah, of course, it's just a mini episode or short, so yeah, can blame him. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, let's go to the next question. Next question is, where was the second pair of fire wings found? Ooh. I answered super late. I'm not sure if I'm going to get it. And it was actually the image that's with this, like Wings for a Lion paper. That's actually one of the comics. That's cool. And I don't think it was Wings for the Lion. I think this one was like Wings for a Crocodile. Like the second fire wings were for Cragger.
Got it right.
I got it right. It was a guess.
Ooh. Oh. And the right answer was for Cragger. Or Spiral Mountain. Because when Eris was spinning around the mountain, you know, a mountain suddenly, you know, like, I don't know, just spun inside the ground.
Yeah, that the quest for the fire wings were supposed to be a 6-episode arc.
Yeah.
Like the outlines. But like we had to really make it into a montage because we were like basically being shut down at that point.
Yeah, I think everyone kind of had a feeling.
Yeah.
At least I did.
There's a lot more to that whole 2-episode arc of the fire wings.
And we would have introduced the Minotaurs.
Ooh.
Yeah, those were ancient guardians of the fire wings set there by the Phoenix. They would be like statues on the ground, and we would have this really cool sort of bullfighting sequence where they you know they were like the, what do you call them, the mammoths. There was like big Minotaurs and small Minotaurs, and then they had these big vehicles with huge horns that our heroes would have to fight in an arena to get the fire wings. So that never happened.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think the
So funny enough, one of the drawings of the Minotaurs that never happened are on display at the Lego Museum in Billund.
No, I don't think it is. I think it is, and it's on display. I have seen someone post this. It's on display in like the Lego, actually the Lego hotel or something, like the water park. Believe it or not. I believe
No,
so.
it's in the basement in the historic exhibit in the leftmost corner.
Ooh.
Did they explain what it is there?
No, it's just like, here's some drawings by Tommy Andreasen who blah 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 something, and then it's like a few of the drawings are stuff that never made it into the show, which is pretty weird.
I'm still glad it is there, at least.
Yeah.
Also, Toaster Cat is still in the first place. Oh no, actually, first place is actually now Toaster Cat, and it was red. So, well, people, let's see if I can beat Toaster Cat. He's still like, what, 64 points in front of me. So that's like half a second. He answered half a second faster. That's a big leap. So next question: who says the last line in the show?
Oh, I know this one.
Ooh, I know it. I mean, I know what. Do you guys remember what the last line was? Can you guys quote it?
I do. And do you remember, John? And we had such a long talk about that one.
Is it forchima?
No.
No.
Was
quick question.
Shall I say it?
Yeah, I can go ahead.
How do we get down here? That's what he said.
Oh, that I got my question wrong.
Yeah, actually, only no one answered Sir Fanger or Tormac, which I guess is understandable. 11 people said Lavelle and 17 said Cragger, and Cragger was of course the right one.
Right.
Yeah, he was like, oh, how do we get down here? Because they were like, they didn't have the fire wings anymore, and they were standing on top of Mount Kavora.
Yeah.
But you know, actually, it got a laugh of me laugh out of me when I was younger. So I liked it. Well, maybe not
Yeah.
the most deep answer, but it's
No,
a great thing.
I remember that John and I really loved that ending, and Thomas Finger, who we were working with,
Mhm.
really hated it. So I sort of came up with a line because he like if we end on a joke, I know we have this guy in our corner. So it was like a way to get our ending, but then just like do a little twist at the end where it's like it's not. He never wanted to go epic with anything, whereas John and I was always like, "Oh, big," you know.
Bigger.
So
Yeah.
it was a way to go big, but then also go funny.
Yeah. Actually, in this chat, Fire Spirit actually almost quotes it perfectly. He says, "Quick questions. How do you get down here? Down from here." It's one letter,
Yep.
not questions. It's question, but you said it better than me. You almost quoted him perfectly. Good job, Fire Spirit. You did a better job than me. So congrats. Let's look at the podium. Ooh, I'm tired. Toaster Cat is still getting more and more of a lead on me. Now, instead of 64 points in front of me, he's 69 points in front of me. Nice for him. Okay. And actually, I think like Tommy Andreas or Tommy the old man, he was actually making comeback a few questions ago. So go Tommy. Way to go.
Yeah, I'm on 7th place right now.
Ooh, that's great.
I'm in 25th place.
Oh,
Oh,
that's right.
you're climbing too, John. Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Do
better
what you
than
can.
32nd.
Yeah, it certainly is. Next question: where do the preparations for Sir wedding take place? This is of course what episode was it in? I think was no, I'm not sure. And I really liked the episode. I really liked like the reference to Star Wars when they were like taking down the mammoth stompers with like the snow speeders were doing in, with the AT-ATs in Star Wars.
Yep. If you can sneak it in, we'll sneak it in.
Yeah. It was a really fun thing. I really like that there actually were some stakes and that Lyell actually fell down in her common stomper.
Yep.
Yeah,
I got that one wrong too. I said Ice Mountain.
well, it's not. Yeah, it was more like Snow Mountain, but like, yeah, I see the logic behind this question, but the logic behind that answer, but yeah, not exactly right. But it was Spiral Mountain, everyone. Oh yeah. Also,
Well, it makes more sense if they're having a battle.
yeah.
Okay.
I guess so. Let's go to the next question, or next more to the scoreboard. He's still getting more and more of a lead on me. Although, actually, no, 66 points in front of me. Toaster Cat is doing well. Ooh, we need to beat him. Hope he gets a flag question wrong, or that. Well, don't hope so for him, but you know, they want to win. Where was the bear legend beast found? Ooh, in a seesaw trap, a caged in a cave, sleeping in Outlands under some sort of mind control. Ooh, that's not really a place, but I'll take it. Oh yeah, actually, I can see multiple of these answers being right. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I'm not sure. I actually wonder how did they get them up there, but no.
Hey, you just enjoy what's on screen and don't think too much about it.
Alright, people, I see that most people have answered sleeping in Outlands, which actually, I mean, it was correct. Less correct than in a Seesaw Trap, but you know, I would have counted that as a right answer. So
That's more
that's good.
specific.
Yeah, that one, another one's like they're both correct, but one is more correct than the other. Let's just say it like that. Yeah. The question was
It
like,
got me to sixth place, so I'm happy.
ooh, you climbing? Let's go. Oh wow, someone someone with a very special name actually climbed up a lot of places in the ranking. It's called Chima is bad 12333. What a name! What a name! He's the highest climber in this round. Good job, Chima is bad 12333. Good job. Also, Toaster Cat is still in front of me, man. Pick up the pace. go. Let's go to the next question then. Which is, what is your vanguard trait for the saber-tooth tiger tooth? Oh yeah. Ooh, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Of course. I think I know it, but I'm not sure. Is some? No. Like I was thinking maybe like another character has traded something for an eye, but that's something else. I was thinking of a different like game project thingy, roleplay thingy. Maybe someone from the Netherlands knows. Something of a kingdom, so it's a little thing, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I broke into the top 20.
Ooh, where'd you go?
I'm 19th.
Ooh, maybe you can sneak into the top 3. That would be great.
Yeah.
It just requires everyone to answer horribly wrong, and you will get there.
Maybe it happens. Statistically, it is possible, John. So don't lose hope just yet. Oh, actually, Tommy the Elder is in the top 5. Let's go. Let's go. And I'm standing out because Kahoot says I'm standing out with 12 questions in a row. With a streak of 12 questions. But still, Toaster Cat is still in front of me. Man. Actually, now with like a lead of, what is it? 142. Oh, no. Yeah, he's winning, people. Tommy is in the leads now. Anyway, which tribe was the first to have all its members frozen by the dark tribes? Frozen? Well, I'm not sure. Like, dark tribes didn't freeze anyone, but nope. Anyways, he's probably the question is probably talking about the ice hunters, but yeah. I'm not sure why it's a dark tribe. Anyways, what did you guys answer? Take a look. Okay, 27 people have answered already. And in 2, 1, and now let's see how many people got it wrong. I got it right. Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
I was just guessing on mine, so I'm curious to find out what the answer is.
I might have answered wrong. The question was a little bit weird, but I got it wrong, people. Oh no. The answer was the dark tribes, and I guess it makes sense. The question is asked which tribe was the first to have all its members frozen by the dark tribes.
Oh.
That's actually not really worded correctly, but who the guys? They're talking about how the dark tribes, or like the crawlers, were frozen in the caves where they live, like right after the ice hunters rose. So
yeah.
Should have worded it differently, but I guess it makes sense, kind of. And I lost my streak.
Clever. I like it.
And the leaderboards actually didn't change that much, aside from Tommy sadly coming and
dropping places.
Ulais is now on place 5. So good job, Ulais.
I'm coming to get you.
The Toaster Cat is still in first place. My arch nemesis this round, actually this whole Kahoot already. Toaster Cats, I'm coming for you. No, that's a lot of threats. Don't take it personally. Okay. Next question. Why couldn't Scorm get the Raven Legends beast back under control? Ooh. Answer 1 is mind control venom isn't strong as a raven's greed. The other answer is the raven was given an antidote that neutralized the effects of the venom. Ooh, which one will it be? Or was it? Do you guys remember? I guess you got it.
I think I do.
Yeah? What was it? There are still a couple seconds left, so you can just say it. We save some people.
I think the ravens were so greedy that nothing could stop their greed.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's almost too logical for them to have an antidote, and we tried not to always do the logical things.
Yeah. That's actually funny because I didn't remember that one at all, but just looking at those two answers, it's like, oh yeah, this is the one that makes sense in Chima.
Yep.
And the way we were thinking at the time.
Yep. I mean, if possible, we'd always have the characters sort of their own motivations would be their strength or their weakness, rather than some sort of external force like a poison or an antidote. Initially, we didn't even want crueler I didn't want Crueler poisoning Krager, with the persuader plant. But we were talked into doing that.
Yeah,
Uh,
it was like an S&P note, as it's called, standards and practices.
Yep.
It's about something. Sometimes they want to make sure that a motivation is, I don't know, justified. So apparently, it's okay for that motivation to be moved from Krager to his sister Crueler. I don't know. It
Yeah,
was a little weird. But
it
it's
doesn't
like
make
it's
sense.
one of
Instead of him just being angry, it's better to have his sister poisoning him in their
Yeah.
minds.
Actually, like, then if the persuade plant wasn't like your first choice or like your favorite choice,
No.
what was the other choice and what option?
He was
Well,
motivated. His parents had been killed, and he was angry at Laval, and that motivate. I mean, it's a natural reaction.
Yeah.
He perceived his best friend doing something bad to him, and was just out to get him.
Yeah.
That was the original
Yeah,
concept.
and then like he had this like lust for trying. He wanted to try that chi thing.
Yeah.
But it was like he wasn't mature enough to handle it yet. Was what we were going for. But you get a note, and then sometimes you have to do it, even though
Yeah.
you don't agree with it, really. So you made it work for you, and obviously then that starts to inform how the next few episodes develop. It's always there, the persuader plan, and
Yeah.
it becomes an integral plot point, and you get to a point where you accept it and like it, but it really wasn't. I guess it was our idea, but it was kind of forced out of us.
Yeah.
I like how it ended up at least. So
Yeah.
I think it ended
It
up
turned
great.
out. I liked it.
Yeah. Actually, a fun thing in one of the comics of that Papercut made, and actually, Samuel Leonard Johnson, he actually, like one of the creators of Chima, he actually reviewed it and like the scripts or like scripts like the text bubbles or something of the comics. He reviewed them, and in one of the text bubbles, it said that Ares actually found like when they were looking for Tormek in one of the caves, like when he was burned. Eric actually found a declaration of war from Krager. But the kicker was that it actually wasn't all that old. So when I read that, I was like, "Wow, this would change everything. Like, it would mean that Krager actually wanted to declare war even after his redemption. That was an interesting thing to discover. But
Yeah.
I don't see that canon. But
when you develop these things, it gets too big for a few persons. So John and I was always super focused on the TV show.
Yeah.
Obviously, John the scripts and me the production of it. And then you sort of give people permission to, hey, here's the overall logic. Now just go play with it, and we won't get in your way. So sometimes things get a bit out of hand, but it's always very interesting to read up on all that material you haven't been involved with yourself.
Yeah, like there've also been like a few things that I really liked in those comics that arose from them probably not working between other lines, because there actually was one comic which focused on a special crystal, which actually could when you shoot a blaster or a pulsar beam through it, you could actually create an artificial 100-year moon with it, which I think was really interesting. So I actually think that some things did turn out great because of that. Although some things might have been.
Absolutely, and Greg Foxley was on board with some of the writing on that. He wrote a lot of the Bionicle stuff, and also the first many Ninjago comic books. So obviously we had great people on it, but it wasn't necessarily being reviewed by John and myself.
Yeah, there's a few things that we're like, what? I mean, they're good, but they're not necessarily some things we thought of or knew about even. So.
Anyways, on the side of the leaderboards, Postercat is still in first place, 151 points in front of me. Oh no! And Red climbed up to third place again. Good job. And Willis actually got 3 in a row and is back in the leaderboards. So not really in the leaderboards, but almost. So you keep doing that, Willis. Anyways, next question. And chi can be seen as psychically draining through use. And well, that's actually a very interesting question, because what is chi? I mean, you could say it's drugs, like everyone says, but you know, it's kind of like more like a force of nature.
Yeah, I mean, we got that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, oh, the drug metaphor, and yeah, well, like you could say it like that, but oh, it's absolutely something you need, something you want, something that boosts you. Oh, it could be vitamins or water. So anyone who said drugs, like in my mind, they just had a negative mindset about it. You know, shut
Yeah.
up.
Like even I thought in the voice actor stream we actually talked about it, and they actually also thought that like the first time they saw the scripts, they were like, "Man, are they taking drugs or what?" So it actually, I'm not sure about the negative mindset, but yeah, it actually is a funny thing. But like some people that are hating on it because it was drugs, then they're just having a negative mindset. But I
mean,
like people are joking about it. It's still fun.
every hero and adventure story has some sort of performance enhancing element, whether it's a
True.
mystical thing or an item. So I mean,
True.
everything has that. So
Yeah.
not everyone's
I
doing
think
drugs.
what we like, to us, it was the force of nature. There's something that's like you need something to unlock that, which is
Yep.
also why they place that in the chests, like to directly at their hearts. Then they really unleash that thing. Um, so yeah, well, I mean, you can definitely read that as a drug metaphor if you want to. Um, but we were always wanting to portray it as a positive thing in Legends of Chima, but also I think that could be misused, which is
Yep.
what Crowley was doing in the beginning, and then eventually what the bad tribes, anything good can be used for bad.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? John, just like you said, every thing, every like most series have something that enhances your powers, and I could see see how that's a good argument. So yeah, guys, you can keep saying it's drugs, but it was never intended to be. That's the thing I'm trying to say. It's still all fun and games, I guess. But yeah, next let's go to the leaderboards, and nothing changed actually. But Joe did get a streak of 7 answers in a row. Go Joe! Hey, it rhymes. Anyway, next question. What would the next question be? And it is, which episode in Ninjago did Chima first appear in? Oh my god, I'm not sure. So actually, I know now when I see the answers. But answers are the Cursed World Part 2, the Merge Part 1, the Kaiji. What do you want to say? You cut out, Tommy.
Well, I mean, I had to make the production on that one work because obviously Legends of Chima was produced by M2, and Ninjago was produced by Wilfilm at the time.
All right, or
no, Wilfilm. So this was a matter of taking footage and inserting characters into it, because the one production company didn't have the assets to produce new footage.
Yeah.
And then actually, it was the Hagemans who wrote that scene, and I was like against it to a certain point. But then I was like, I guess I'll allow it. And then now it's Ninjago canon, and we've been riffing on it a bit since then. So I think it's good. Good we did it.
So we can actually thank the Hagen brothers now for Chima being canonically a part of Ninjago.
I think it was a bit of a joke to them, but it's like, well, you make a joke, but then that joke is something you have to stand by and keep delivering on. So that's what we kept doing.
I mean, there are a lot of good things for Rose.
We have rogue beavers running around in Ninjago now.
Yeah, also a scene. Got a question about it about that later, but I'm not sure. Maybe we do, maybe we don't. But yeah, actually, like a lot of good things arose from jokes. Jokes can actually be very interesting. Anyways, let's go to the leaderboards. And did I finally overtake Toaster? No, I didn't. Still not. Ooh. Let's see if he gets a question wrong and I got it right. Let's hope so. Anyways, next question, and it is, which of these characters is supposedly an orphan? Ooh. I don't know. Don't know all of them. Who's Bukuma? Also, I think my Kahoot is basically glitching. So, does anyone know who Bukuma is? Maybe
I don't.
it's just a reference
I don't
to
know who
the
that
sort of joke to the
Sounds
creator.
like something from Bionicle.
Ooh, yeah, I think he's a fan of Bionicle.
Forchima.
The Bionicle
I'm
fans,
curious.
do you guys know
Ah.
who he is?
Oh, there's
Luna.
Luna, right?
I put
Ooh.
Ronald.
I actually,
Yeah,
what did
so
I do?
did I. So did I.
I think I wrote one or two. I think the Luna, like the little sister of Gorzan, but I'm not sure.
Yes, that sounds familiar.
Yeah,
Then he would be an orphan too.
yeah, I guess so. And Grumlow too, because he's the older brother, right?
John?
I don't know I don't know the answer to that one. They both could have been orphans as far as I was concerned. I don't
Yeah.
remember Gluna ever talking about her parents, and I don't remember Ronald ever talking about his parents. But I don't know if we specifically said either one was an orphan.
Yeah, it's probably from one. The information is probably taken from, I guess, some of those books, the third-party
Yep.
books.
Yeah, there was an early book about Ronald getting lost in the forest.
One of the third-party books that there is, it's called the Book of Chi. Do you guys know it?
Yep, I have it.
It's actually very good. I think it almost exclusively takes information from, like, I think what's called the Chima Vault, like you guys' Skype group of everyone who works in Chima. And like then of course the cloud or the drive, which included all the Chima lore, because it doesn't say anything weird or anything. It doesn't say anything that seems made up. It's just all awesome Chima lore. You guys, if you guys don't know it, just really give it a shot. I love it.
Wonderful with artwork. I have it in Danish and French. I do remember owning it as a PDF at one point in English, but I don't think it was ever released.
Yeah, that's possible. I do know there's a English version out there, I believe. Someone, I believe there was like a very old YouTube video of someone reading it out loud in English. So maybe she was translating it, or maybe not. And there's also a production render of it with an English cover, but maybe it was never released. That's possible. It would explain it being so hard to find. I've never found it ever. I've only seen it in a video. So who knows? But it really is awesome. It has a lot of custom artwork, and it's absolutely amazing. Like everyone that loves Chima, and is willing or is able to ship it from France, because that's where the majority of them come from. I would certainly give it a shot. It's amazing. It's absolutely a fantastic book. I love it. And actually, no one in the top 5 got this question correct. No one got it right. And actually,
All
3
right.
players hit an answer trigger 4. So way to go, guys. And Tommy, let's go. You're in the top 5 again. Didn't see you there.
Yeah, imagine if I'd gotten this one right, though, then I would be like, climbing.
Then you might have been in the top 3 then. Ooh, Tommy.
Yeah.
You still can, you're able to. See the next question. Which song does Mara love the most? Ooh. This is of course not a very hard question. But if you guys mess up your Motrot and Manga's name, then it might be hard for you. But yeah. I actually made a meme about this on my second channel a bit ago. But yeah. Is there... Wait, I don't remember what I was saying. Never mind. Anyways. What was chat saying? Oh, actually a very interesting question in the chat. How did Krug break his jaw? You guys know? I actually think it was like a mechanical jaw for biting. I think I read it somewhere, but maybe you guys know.
No, I mean, sometimes we just get a design and like, oh, that kind of looks cool. He will be gruff. So, there was really no backstory to that. Maybe the designer who made them has some sort of headcanon for it. But definitely never something we really considered.
Wait, almost everyone got this question right, by the way. So
So, I
maybe
didn't.
Toaster Cat got. Oh, that's but
What?
only. There's a small
Yeah,
chance. Maybe
I was
Toaster
like,
Cat was
I got
wrong.
myself confused, and
Yeah. Toaster Cat was wrong. Oh no, Toaster Cat wasn't wrong. I believe Toaster Cat was wrong. My God. I'm first again, people. I'm first again. Let's go.
I mean, Mungus comes from humongous, right, John?
Yes. Yeah, he's the
What,
big, dumb, lovable, powerful guy.
yeah. What about Motrod? Is there any wordplay to that?
I don't remember. Yeah, there probably was. I don't remember. Yeah, there probably was.
Yeah.
But he was. I think he wanted his mother's attention. Maybe it's mother. Some play on the word mother.
I think like
Okay.
Mother rot. That's probably. I always saw him as sort of the one who wants his mother's attention that doesn't get enough, and the big dumb one gets all the love.
Nikon Planet Ripple. I don't know if you guys know him. He actually saw or thought that he saw a play of words in the name Motrod. I'm not sure which play he saw or which play he thought that there was made in this. But yeah, do you guys know him actually? Do you guys know Nikon Planet Ripple? Ever heard of him? Also a Lego YouTuber.
Nope.
Huh? He's absolutely amazing. Anyways, guys, he's linked in I think my channel page or something, so you can go check him out when you're done with the stream, I would say. Anyways, Toaster Cat got the question wrong. So I'm first again. Oh, yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Maybe I'll actually win. Maybe I won't. Maybe you guys win. But let's go to the next question. Okay. Oh, this Tormek. Jesus. I guess it's easy, but it would be very interesting if it was a different answer than I'm thinking it is. Actually, characters do not age with. Do characters that are granted immortality from the Phoenix? Do they, like you probably guys didn't think about this, but are they immortal or do they just not age? I'm wondering. I wonder that.
They just age very slowly.
Ooh. Yeah, what makes sense. Anyways, almost everyone got it right. Some people answered 50, but pretty much everyone got it right. Way to go.
I don't think we ever had like official ages for any of them. They were either young or they were either kid-like, adult, or ancient. So
Yeah.
I mean, whenever I've done something, whether that's Legends of Chima or Nexonites or Ninjago, I've always creation happens 10,000 years ago,
Yeah.
so I guess that would be my age for Tormak. If that was the thing with the illumination and all that stuff, and obviously he was like all out of the game for a while, and so it's like fantasy. It's just weird, and I think it's better to not talk about specific ages. Really, it's like we never talked about how old is Laval, but it was like it's confirmation, it's coming of age, it's that kind of age.
Yeah.
So I think it's better to not define it, so more people can identify with it.
Yeah. That's true. Like the only thing I really always was wondering about is how come the Gravis is like and Lavertus are like brothers, but one is like really old. He's just basically a gray-haired lion. The other one is like just I don't know, like 30s or something. It looks like I don't know, but
he was more active in the Outlands, wasn't he?
He's been drinking that sweet Outland juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought he was like a younger brother, and he had to be because he was living in the rough world. He had to be sort of younger and tougher.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
Gravis was he had the big castle.
We always talked about him like a comedy Rambo, like the way he was like out there surviving and being rough and cool, but Rambo was fun, so it was like a fun Rambo.
Yeah. That's actually cool. I've actually never seen Rambo. I don't know if I'm uncultured
Oh,
barbarian
you're
now.
missing
But
out, dude. You're missing out. You're 18 now. You can totally do it.
I should. I've heard a lot of good things about it, so maybe I should. I'm actually
No,
like,
you definitely should.
yeah, like I'm
John,
definitely a barbarian,
you love
uncultured
Rainbow.
barbarian.
John, you love Rainbow, don't you?
Yeah, I would see the first one. The first one is really the classic.
I
Yeah,
will,
It's not
but
even called
look it
Rambo.
up.
It's called First Blood.
the second one is fantastic too. Then the third one
Yeah.
is a little and then the fourth one is so brutal. It's like sticking needles in your eyes, but it's a great movie. And then the fifth one is a little questionable, but man, good movies.
I will check it out. Actually, I'm actually really uncultured. I'm a big Star Wars fan, right? I love it. I know a lot of like specific lore on everything. I've watched a lot of lore videos, but believe it or not, I actually haven't seen like the original trilogy and the sequels. I've never seen them, so I know a lot of specific not lore. But when you ask me some very basic questions, I wouldn't know. I couldn't tell you for the life of me. Very funny, actually.
All right. Well, I mean, it's not too late to get educated.
I guess so. I'm still young, I guess. So I really should. But let's take a look at the next question, which is who bought the Persuader plans from Regal? And I answered really late, but that's not. So we have two right answers. Oh no, I got it wrong, people. I got it wrong. Actually, I think there's only one right answer. I think there's only one right answer, people. And it was in a backstory. It was in a backstory. And it was a croc. Maybe that helps you out. Maybe not a bit. But that's actually interesting. Yeah, I got it wrong.
I got it wrong too.
Everyone got it wrong except for 5 people.
I put
It was
Crueler.
crueler.
It was, yeah, now Kruder actually, I think she
Did she get them secondhand from someone else?
I'm not sure. I actually don't know if I don't think we've ever seen how she got them. We just know she is you know, planting them and farming them. But we've actually no. She did buy them. She did buy them from Razor. It wasn't implied. We've never seen it directly, but it was definitely implied. She bought them from Razor. But it's actually, at least Razor knows about her buying Persuader plans. But that's all we know. Promise definitely did buy them though, and he bought them from Regal. So I guess the question specifically asked for who bought Persuader plans from Regal, and that's definitely only from. But yeah, now the question is, did the Toaster Cat beat me to the punch? And he didn't. So Fengar is actually back with an answer streak of 3. So good job, Fengar. I suppose it's not Sebastian Fengar, but you know, it's probably another Fengar. I think it's someone from my Discord. Anyways, by the way, we have a Discord. By the way, you can, if you guys want to maybe have a shot at sometimes talking to, you know, me, or maybe talk to me, maybe like me. I don't know. Let's hope so. Then you can join it, or you can just talk to other Chima fans. That's also possible. All fun and games there. Anyways, next question, which is Regal is the only cross-tribe hybrid seen in the show. Ooh, I'm not sure. Is he? We need to double think. I think it's the only double crossbreed show. Yes, I'm not sure. There actually are some other, not really crossbreeded or crossbred animals, but I'll tell you, there actually is in Chima Online. I don't know if you guys know anything about Chima Online. Do you guys know that?
John and I wrote it.
Well,
I guess John wrote it. I was there. I remember when they introduced Regal in the game. That was your opportunity to change whatever race or like tribe you've started out as. But I never played that far. My game always kept falling on me. It never worked.
Do you guys want to know something fun? Of course, the Chima Online game was an online-only game, web browser-based, so well, you were never able to download anything, right? So basically, now that the game is offline, it's lost forever, right? Except it's not, people. And I don't know if you guys know it, but we are remaking the entire game. It's one of my projects, and we are actually quite far. We can fight, we can walk around, we can travel to different maps. You can level up, you can get new gear, you can equip different gear, you can cheer up, you can do a lot of things, I believe. So
And
How do
it's
you
out
do
there, right?
something like that? How do you,
like how
maybe
do
it's
we do
not
it?
for this conversation, but like I'm very curious as to how you're doing something like that. Because this was like something that cost I don't know how many millions of dollars to develop.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like we have some special things we have, and I don't know if we've ever had like one of the original developers work on it, but we certainly have a group of very talented developers on it. And this is actually like basically how it started. Was there was a project called Chim Online, not Chima, Chim Online, very specifically Chim, Chim Online, and they actually had some people work on it, and it actually got quite far. Then Chim Online basically stops, and then I came around and I revived the project under the name Local Online, or actually like Chima Online rewritten. Then we changed the name to Local Online, and we actually got quite far there too. You could build the buildings, upgrade them. The buildings works like some of them did. Like the buildings that created stats, they worked. You could actually play online. That was fun. You could cheer up. You can do a lot of stuff. But we actually removed that, or actually like, yeah, we discontinued that build, and now we are actually more like at like local online 2.0, right? Don't call it that, but it's basically that because we've rewritten everything, made the code way better, way easier to work with, and it's all thanks to basically someone called Sergey. He's a new developer on our end. The link is in the description, by the way, for the Discord server. And then you can download and play the latest test builds, and it basically looks like almost exactly like the original game. Not
yeah.
exactly, but quite close.
Well, hats off to you. I mean, it was like a very ambitious project that just came out, in my mind, too late. Like, if it had launched when Chima launched the TV series, it was probably have been a big success. But there was like problems in the development of it, so it never quite got to ride the hype of the initial launch of Chima, and I think that was like the detriment of it.
Yeah, it really. I've only played it for like a couple hours, to be honest. I'm not sure what my motivations were to remake the entire game basically from scratch. When I started the project, not sure why, because I've only played it for a couple hours, but I guess it was just like I love Shima, gotta get the game right. So now we're remaking the entire game and we're quite far. We're actually making very rapid progress because, like I said, the developer called Sergey is working like day and night on it. It's insane. Hats off to him. Really, like an extremely
So
big shout out.
you spent more time on it than John and I have. I think we went up to Montreal for 3 days or something like that, didn't
Yeah.
we?
Yeah.
I've probably spent way more time on you than on the game than you guys then. Like I'm not coding it, but I am organizing most things, actually everything. And I'm getting the people, setting up the server. I've looked for a lot of people who wanted to help, like a lot of people. And I've of course made update videos on it. And for anyone wondering where the update video for Local 9 2.0 is, I'm waiting for a big like kind of not really reveal stream, but I guess I've already revealed it in Local 9 Discord. But I'm waiting for like I don't know, maybe I can do a stream where I can show off like actually like fully fun and playable version of the game. Because actually a lot of people are already playing the game. I think like 600 people have already made an account like a couple of weeks ago when we first launched 2.0. And Jesus, some people, I swear, like leveling up is not easy and it's not fast at all. Some people are already like level 18 and it blows my mind. Shout out to those people. Like they're grinding the game already. We're going to get some multi-millionaires in that game when it actually turns live for people. It will be insane. But yeah.
Oh, I totally want to play it.
Are you
So I
sure?
think
Certainly can.
my son stumbled on it somewhere, but
Like on
I
the local online project, or
I don't know how he found it. He's always playing games, so he's very active in the gaming world. So maybe someone recommended it to him.
possible?
But yeah,
And
no,
we're
I'm
working
excited
hard on it.
to play it.
Oh, you certainly can. I'll when we actually get a fully like accurate game, accurate version which you can play, I will certainly forward it to you guys.
Yep,
Because now
excellent.
it's accurate and it's playable, but I wouldn't say it's like identical yet. You still are missing some things. So when we have a almost how should I say it, un basically when you can't tell the difference anymore, that's when I will send it to you guys.
Well, the Chima Online always had so many bugs. At least the version I was playing. So it was far from perfect.
Yeah,
It was
that's
great.
Yeah,
It was really fun, but there were always
probably
problems with it.
better than it's ever been. I remember like spending a few hundred kroner, like that's like $30 on like, all right, now I'm gonna really play it, and then my character just completely flat out died, and I just couldn't play it anymore, and like there was no game support on it at all.
Mm.
like now there is game support with us. And we actually are still having a lot of bugs, but there are a lot of people submitting the bugs, and we're fixing them all the time. That's great. The only problem that we're seeing in the game right now, or not in the game, but like for the game, is that Lego might not like it, or Warner Bros. Might not like it. So that's why we're basically, like, at least I am trying my best to keep it also to keep the Discord as child friendly as possible, because we don't want Lego to think it's not a safe place for children, I guess. So trying to
Hmm.
trying to do everything the right way. But if Legos wants to take us down, then I guess we have to throw in the towel. But at the moment we're still in development, so everything is right. Everything is all right. So
Cool.
that's
Let's
awesome.
do 22 out of 50.
Yeah, we might not finish all of them, but yeah. All the crocodile have tails. Well, I think they probably just mentions to have a tail, but they never got it in the show, but in the sticker book, so I don't think. I think only the royal crocodiles have tails in the show, but
When we start to write the show, the crocodiles had tails. The minifigure crocodiles had tails, but it just got too inconvenient. They couldn't sit down in vehicles and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So, like, we basically removed them from everyone except the royal family. And I was like, there's probably some sort of logic behind that. But, really, it was just practical reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, yeah, we actually never got a. Did we ever get a crocodile tail mold? But
No, you didn't. No.
but yeah, I guess it makes sense. Like, I guess for the best, because it will be really complicated if we. Yeah, I guess you could make like a mold that you stick between the legs and the hips and the torso, but it might get complicated once we have a mole or a season where you would have a armor piece or something that blocks it. So it would just be a headache. So I get why you guys didn't do that. It makes sense. Anyway, let's see. Let's take a look at the leaderboards. And it's still the same. Let's go. And the red is actually on second place now. Good job, red. And Fanger is still in the 5 correct answer streak. Let's go to the next question, which is what type of rock is used to make speedos? Well, oh my god, my code is bugging horribly. Anyways, and actually the knickknacks from the Ravens are really interesting. But I don't think it is, people. I don't think it is. Like the Ravens really do seem to have a lot of stuff in their junkyard. Is there actually anything that they that's hidden in their junkyards, like in the background, is a reference?
I don't think so. I mean, the Raven thing is mostly a concept art painting. There really isn't much in terms of modeling on that thing. in terms of CGI, because we don't go there any much. So it's one of those things where you don't want to spend your budget on
Yeah.
that specific location.
I guess it would have been fun if they
You
would
have the
have
race,
placed some.
there was a racetrack there, but also like in episode I guess 41 when they find the fire wings there, it's like it's like a raven on a pile, and there's a matte painting behind it.
Wait, what? What was that?
Well, when they find the fire wings in episode 41,
Yeah.
you don't see much of the Raven compound. It's just like under the enormous amount of trash they have. They have no idea that it would be like the third fire wing or something like that.
You're
Then you
quoting
see
it really
Raven
well.
hold it up, and it's just like it's a pile of trash in front of a matte painting. That's really not much there in terms of production.
By the way, you quoted it like pretty well. Congrats to you. Or
Yeah,
you did do-
Tom is talking about it.
yeah, Tormax did talk about it. Yeah. Anyways, go to the next question. Or well, first let's go to the forward, and nothing changed much, except for King's Kittens, who's back with an answer streak of 3. But let's go to the next question, which is where was Lyetta found as a cub? Ooh. And that's actually okay. That's actually an interesting question, because I don't really would say that any of these are completely correct, but you know, it's sort of right.
I'm guessing.
I think we saw it in a drawn flashback.
Yes,
didn't we?
yeah, we did. It wasn't exactly what they are saying here, what the answers are saying, but maybe it is. We just don't know for sure. It was just said like, hey, oh wait, what, in the tunnels? We actually got, that's actually not completely true. Where she was found was in one of the burned lion cities, right? Or cities like lion villages. Sir Fang was burning them down, and Tormax saved her. So I guess it might have been like, I don't know if you guys have thought that far with it, but it might have been like the village that was burned down. I don't know if it actually have been burned down, but like the tiger village in the movie. Not sure if you've thought that far ahead, but
Well, I guess there was some retroactive work going into the movie. It's been 10 years since I've read it.
yeah.
It sounds kind of right.
Well, there's actually, I hate to say it to you guys, or break it up.
I don't take tunnels as the correct answer since I got it right.
Yeah.
I said tunnels too, yeah.
Ooh, that's great. Yeah, I didn't get it right. I hate to say it, people, but I didn't get it right, and I'm now in place 3. My dreams have been shattered, and I'm utterly devastated. So,
You got what you got to do when you're doing a Chima Kahoot. You got to factor in the wrong answers.
yeah.
And erase them, and then.
But yeah, still though, I didn't make it, so you know, if I made it, I wouldn't be able to compete. But questions may have had different errors, maybe. But yeah, congratulations, Red, for being in place 1. By the way, guys, just to say, how far do you guys want to go? Do you guys want to finish all 50 questions? Or are you that ambitious, or?
Well, I think we should do all 50. Maybe we can speed it up a bit.
Yeah, we should.
I think it's fun to talk, but I would rather finish off the 50 with less talk.
Yeah, that's possible.
But, let's not hold back if we want to talk.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the next question then. Which character was saved from the influence of the Persuader plants due to their hatred for plants? Ooh, I would suggest. Why is that? The hatred for plants. I think I know it, but I don't recall the specific scene. Oh, actually, I do know. I do know it. It was in, I think.
I'm basing this completely on a character trait. I don't remember.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Warriors.
I don't remember the scene, but I remember how much Warris hated plants, which was just an absurd thing because they were such meat eaters.
Yeah.
We actually see them eating chicken bones. Anyways,
Yeah.
next question. Because we need to pick up the pace, I guess. Yeah. What type of ciphers does the Chima language use?
Wow.
Oh, wow. Okay, if you get it right, then I will be really impressed. But,
I'm sure I got it right.
I have no. I think it was like Caesar ciphers. I don't know, but I guess I just said bacon cipher. That's pretty much.
This is yay!
Which one was
I
it?
got it. It was a substitution cipher.
Wow, actually,
Oh.
the
So any letter in Chimerian or whatever it's called is just like, oh, that's an A.
oh, that's what it stands
Right.
for. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like still, most people got it right, so I guess I didn't. Yeah, I'm on place 4 now, so I guess I'm not winning this, but who knows? Oh, his next question, which is how many times was Razor sold but then stolen back? What? What? This is really really niche question, or really. How many times was Razor sold but then stolen back?
It is said specifically in the show, though.
Really? Like Razor himself?
Yep.
I'm not sure. I don't remember. I did get it right though, so I guess I'm a happy man.
What
But
was the right answer? I put 27.
I clicked 17. But
I knew it was something with a 7. That was mostly based on how I would, if I was writing it right now, how many times I would make him be stolen. It would be a weird number that was high.
That was the only way I was thinking about this, John, is like, I'm gonna get in John's head. It's not gonna be 27. It's too high.
but if I'm really
good though.
I do want to know where did they say it? I'm surprised.
I don't know, but I when I see it, it echoes in my mind. So I've heard it say by Atar. Who is the voice actor for it?
Jeff Evans' daughter was the voice actor of Razor. I want to know it.
Okay.
It's kind of a throwaway line. It's just something he says casually at one point because it's not a big deal. It's how the Ravens live. They just steal things, and getting yourself stolen is part of life. Yeah,
yourself
like
stolen.
A badge of honor. Like, hey, he got to 17 times. That's how profitable I am.
Yeah, I've never heard this, so I'm surprised. I guess I can
Well,
learn.
you only got 41 episodes to watch to find it.
I will certainly look back to the episode because I'm not sure.
It flies by really quickly.
Oh, I'm surprised. Good job, Shrimp, who is also the maker of this.
Probably in the episode Market Day, which would be episode 5, right?
That was Attack on Eagle Spire, I believe. Oh no. Market Day was episode 5. Yes. Anyways, next question. And actually, I did get it back into place number 3 in 3rd place. Next question, which is, what weapon is Longtooth commonly seen using? Oh no, yeah, we can see it in the image actually, but like, yeah, we can see it in the image. Say that. In the sets, it's something else. Yeah, in the sets it's a shriek wheel, but yeah, I was one of the 4 people that actually said shriek wheel, but yeah, 18 people said the spear, which is definitely right. We see him using the spear multiple times in the show. But yeah. That's the next question. Oh, what was this?
I gotta commend the Kahoot though. Well done, whoever made it.
Well,
it's
you can certainly. Well, you can
good.
tell him soon. I hope the maker's looking forward to that. He's very nervous, by the way, but I told him not to be nervous. You guys are really nice, so yeah. Hope he enjoys it. Anyways, next question. Lavelle's sword in the show isn't seen in any of the sets. Lavelle's personal sword. If it's the question is if it's what defines his weapon, right? Is a Royal Valius? Yeah, I guess so. And then we see it in the sets. But then again, it isn't like his personal show in the show. But like, I still got it right. But it might be a bit. Yeah, most people got it wrong. It might be a bit, you know, a confusing question. Anyways, next question. Actually, there has been someone. I think he was called like Chima fan. Or Chima for life, that was called, a user on my Discord, who actually painted over his Royal Valius and made a show accurate Vel sword, which is really cool. He did a great job. Anyways, next question. And I'm first again. Go. In second place by Red and Toast, and third place is Toaster Cat. In fourth place is Vanguard. He's also climbing the ranks, people. Gotta beat him. Okay, next question. Who does the previously on segments on the beginning of each episode? Ooh. Actually, it might be giving it away, but I don't know if you guys knew, but the voice actor that actually did it actually had cancer. And he had cancer recently. And he told me, and I actually, like, some people may remember, I did like a whole thing on my Discord where I asked everyone to react onto a message on the heart or something. I sent it, and like over 100 people reacted, and I sent it to him. But he actually got it removed, and he's all right now. He's recovering, so let's go. Good for him.
Good for Bill.
Yeah, indeed. Bill Courage was the one who voiced it. So I'm happy that he made it. He survived because
that's one of the sort of parts where you have an absolutely perfect casting when you hear his voice as he's a lion king, and he has that growl and that authority in his voice. Perfect.
Yeah, he's an absolutely fantastic voice actor. I love it. Actually, I want to say something, but I'll say that after 50 questions are done. Next question. Actually, let's see the leaderboards, and Toaster Cat is in. Oh, Vanguard's in third place. Congrats, Vanguard! And Toaster Cat is back on second place. So let's go. Next question. Sir Fang was named after one of the creators of the show. Ooh. I know it because he probably knows it because I told him. But I think I was told that by, like, I think you, Tommy? Or maybe Samuel. Not sure. Yeah, I think I told him, but most people knew actually. So great job, people. Actually, I got 1,000 score. I got max score. Go. But yeah, he was named after Sebastian Fanger, right?
Thomas Sebastian Fanger.
Yeah. You guys told me. I think you guys did. Anyway.
So that was like John and I's third partner when we were doing the story workshops. We were only 3 people, and John and I was always going for epic, and Fanger was always going for comedy. So I guess that's how we ended up with what we got. And then we thought, like, yeah, well, there's always this little tension thing, so let's make him the villain of season 2.
Well, it's actually because he has fangs, but yeah, it worked out that that the names were very similar.
Vanguard, yeah. It was brilliant. But then we got into the problem where he's a saber-toothed tiger, and his name doesn't start with an S.
I know.
So now he became Sir Vanguard, so they're like, it's covered.
Right, that's why the Sir is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't really pay attention. I was looking at the chat. Anyways, yeah, like it says in like the website that he was called Fanger because Sir Fanger because his weapon that he got from his, I think, a dad or like grandfather or something.
Yeah, that's the in canon explanation for it.
Yeah.
That's
definitely that's our third partner in crime.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, next question, and it is. Which character does Lavelle share the design similarities to? Ooh. What? Oh, I know it, but not everyone may know it. Like, there was a show. Another show.
I will object to the...
I know.
Objection.
Yeah. I have picked the right answer, but I will object to the right answer.
Was Lino people? Yeah, Lino kind of looks familiar. I hate to say it, but I have to say it. The things that I've seen from Lino, he kind of looks familiar. I guess he has the same color scheme. That's basically everything that they share, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not like they copy the design, but it's
I mean,
just they have the same color scheme, but that's all.
There's a common misunderstanding that Lego was trying to acquire the rights for Thundercats.
Mhm.
That's not the truth at all. They were developing that show, and we were developing ours, and we were making very, very sure that it was very different from theirs in terms of like the animal DNA. You know, how many tribes are there? How animalistic are there? We were at a certain point going in the design direction more of Masters of the Universe, but that really got us like to, oh fuck, now it's starting to look like Thundercats. We don't want to go there. Then, however, when the first few episodes came out, it was like, oh, this is so different in tone from what they're doing, because they had like regicide and the torture of political prisoners in the first episode. So it's like, yeah, okay, I think we're good.
Yeah,
This isn't Thundercats at
this
all.
isn't the same target audience. Oh yeah.
No, it was trying to write that nostalgia and also, reinvent itself for a new audience. Whereas we were like, oh, so this is what John and I and then M2 was always talking about. Like, we're Game of Thrones for kids. That's how we felt like we were, and we were really, really wanting to lean into the animal DNA, which was like why we would pick, like, we need to have 8 tribes from the very get-go. It needs to be like that, and like, it's not science fiction. This is fantasy, which it's very different.
I mean, there was testing, and the kids basically said, this is who we want as the villain, this is who we want as the hero. So you had to have lions and crocodiles, even though it's similar to Thundercats. It's every kid was like, this is what we want, basically.
Yeah.
And for the longest time, I wanted the villain to be a scorpion, but like the kids were just rejecting it. So we basically just did what the kid wanted us to do. But I know you then absorb that as your own opinion, and then it's like, yeah, obviously the hero is the lion, and now the villain becomes a crocodile. But there was never at all any well, as far as I know, at least, any negotiation for Lego to do a Thundercats thing, because like, as you can see from the very first episode of Thundercats, like the tone wasn't Lego at all.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, let's go to the next question. But glad that is sorted out, because I also hear that a lot. Like, it's a Thundercat ripoff. I even hear some people saying it's a Ninjago ripoff, which I don't really understand. But everyone it's their own thoughts, I guess. But I don't see the similarity. Yeah, they're both Lego shows, so they're ripping. Okay, no. Anyways, next question. Where does the Val's name originate from? Ooh.
Oh, they're all wrong.
They're all wrong. Yeah.
Oi. Yeah, that's interesting. Now, where does it come from?
I should have. Fuck, I should have. Oh.
Then now we just have
I'll
to
explain
think.
I can explain the history of that.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Where does it come?
And one of the answers is potentially related.
I'm interested. Where does it come? Also, how many answers are there? I'm going to skip it, people. So answer quickly. So 5, 4, 3. Oh wait, I down.
Wow.
France.
Okay.
Oh.
So it's official. So it begins with an L, and it's based on sort of Valiant. I was looking for something Valiant and Laval, and I partially grew up in outside of Quebec City, where there is a University Laval.
Ooh.
So that was a big part of my my childhood, was running around on the university campus. So that's kind of where it came from. Now we did have a controversy because there was someone in France named Laval who had a pretty bad reputation. So we had to overcome that. So there is someone in France named Laval, a historical character, that an evil historical character in France, but that's not who he's named after. He's named after University Laval in Quebec.
Yeah. That's actually interesting. I wonder where Shrimp, the maker of this Kahoots, got this from then.
Yeah,
I think it's very it's a good assumption, really.
yeah.
But and obviously France and Canada has
Yeah.
French trades going back and forth. So
Maybe he got it from like this the guy with bad, like the guy we were talking about with a bad reputation in France.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
No, it's a French name, so
Yeah.
France.
Well, we can ask him later. So next question, anyways. Oh, and first, oh no, Toaster got his first place again, people. Oi. This will be an interesting ride. Anyways, next question is, which three characters have their own themes named after them? I just answered randomly. Their own themes named after them. Oh.
that's
Oh, I know.
soundtracks,
Yeah, I believe I know which one, but I answered wrong. Yes, that's it for me, people. I don't think I'm winning again. Yeah, it was Val, Chrominus, and Lavertus. Val, Chrominus, and Lavertus, people. I think it was Krager. The one name is just named Krager, one's named Lavertus, and one's named Lavel the Lion or something.
Oh.
Yeah, I at first I didn't understand what did he mean with themes, but it was talking about musical scores. So
Yep.
yeah, I understand now, but Anyways, next question. But let's first take a look at how bad.
Did a lot of people get that right?
I didn't get it right, and Toaster did get it right. So he's now 1,200 points in front of me. So I'm not sure if I'm going to win, people. Okay, next question. Which of these species of these animals don't have a head mold? Ooh. Well, that should be easy. Well, they do got it, but not their own, exclusively own one. I'm sure you guys know. I mean, you can assume so. You guys know? Yeah,
I know.
The beavers.
Yeah.
Some people answered the eels, and some people answered the wolves, but it was, of course, the beavers. Yeah. Question. Oh, that's this first.
What beavers though? But it was like a brown version of a Sasquatch or something.
Yeah.
No,
not really Sasquatch, more like the abominable snowman or something. Abominable.
Yeah.
I can't say it.
Abominable.
Abominable.
I guess.
I still can't say it. Yeah. Something like that. But yeah. Anyways, next question. Question is, which character received a new masterpiece for the 2014 set? Oh. Oh, then I've got it wrong. Wait. I'm really not sure. Well, yeah, I think at one point I did get it right. No, I didn't. Oh, I didn't. Bad. Then who did get it right?
It would be the main characters, wouldn't it?
Aris got one. I know that. Gorgon, I'm not sure about him. And Lavelle, yeah, Lavelle and Aris got their crowns changed, or the diadem, or whatever it's called. Aris got her golden thing, and Lavelle and Aris got their golden crown thingy changed to red ones. Well, Gorgon, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe he got his yellow paint changed to maybe red, but I'm not sure. Let's take a look. Toshika got it right. Toshika did not get it right. However, Red did get it right, and she's now in second place. So yeah. Now we have Joe in their chats. Well, who's Joe? What Joe? And then someone will say something which I'm not going to say. Anyway, next question. Which character appears in Nexo Knights? Ooh. I already got it. It's actually, I don't know what's the episode. I've only watched Nexo Knight like 2 times. Which I guess is a lot. Compared to some people. Nexo Knight actually is available in Dutch. Like almost every episode is available in Dutch on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they're referring to one of the short films,
Yeah,
which are only available online. And I wrote that one specifically because I love the character.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it was Eris. It was seen in like the training room. Called.
No, the danger room. Yeah.
Yeah, the danger room. So yeah, that was it's a very famous shot. Ways. Those got a steal. Oh my god, he's 1,202 points behind in front of me. Almost 2 questions. Which 2 characters wear triple chi armor in Lavelle's Journey game? Ooh. Yeah. Oh wait, actually, there are 3 people. 3 characters, because the Gravis also wore it, and he restored everything back to normal. But yeah, there were 3. But these 2 were the main antagonists.
Which ones? I got that wrong.
Well, Krager got it first, and
Okay.
he got it, and then you beat him in Croc Swamp, and then Walrus basically backstabs him, or actually backstabs you, the player, and instead of helping, he just snatches the triple chi armor, and just heads off to Spiral Mountain or something, and yeah. But then when you beat him, the Gravis actually uses it and restores everything. Yeah.
Good on the Gravis.
Yeah, good for him. Anyways, let's take a look at the scoreboard now. And I actually did pass Red, but Toshika is still 1,222 points in front of me. So let's beat him. Anyways,
John, where are you?
oh,
I'm still in the top 20.
actually, ooh, interesting. I don't think you've ever suggested. I think I was the one who suggested this, and maybe I don't know why I think so, but yeah. I think I was the person that suggested it on. You answered to me on Twitter. The answer might be far less interesting than the question or something like that. You answered that to me.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Yeah.
I don't have a proper answer.
Yeah. Anyways, 16 people got the rights, and first guy is still in front of me, my arch nemesis. Yeah. Next question. What is considered to be Lunar's prototype name? I have no clue. I mean, it does make sense when I take a look at it, but I have no clue. Was there a prototype name that I'm not aware of? I think Makucha is another thing from Bionicle, but I'm not sure. Someone, Swiss Martin asks, are you in the call with John D in the Kahoot? Yes, sir. Okay. It's Logos, yes, because, Lunar is a leopard and Logos means it starts with an L, so probably.
That was a guess.
Very often up to the people in the law department to allow us to use names. So we basically submit names to some sort of lawyer that then checks it against everything, and then we get a yes or no. And we gotta come up with some alternative.
Interesting. I didn't even notice, so I learn something new every day. Still, Chima has a lot of lore. Like, it's insane. Nice, next question. Oh, let's take a look at the scoreboard, and now let's do that. Which character appears in most sets? Ooh. Not sure. Oh no, it's probably probably someone that has a. I'm just going to say it a bit. Yeah, it's a main character probably. I would assume so. But who is it? I think it would be Lavelle. I'm just going to say it already. For the ones who didn't get it already, but I might be wrong. I'm not sure. I think it was Lavelle. That's Kreger. Oh my!
Appears in the most stats.
It was Kreger.
Well, I mean, maybe that's because they often throw in a bad guy in one of the good guys
Yeah.
set.
That is a really good answer. Yeah, that probably is it.
But I was going with the Laval.
Me too. A good trick question.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was a good question.
Ever.
Did Toaster get it right? I didn't. He didn't. And Joe had. Oh my god! Joe has an answer streak of 20. Man, that's a lot.
boy.
And he's actually above me here now.
Joe.
Yeah.
Well done, Joe.
Joe. Oh, okay. Well, maybe Joe wins. Maybe Toaster Cat will bite the dust and Joe wins. But no, who knows? Next question. Yeah. Which species of an animal fanboy over wars? What? I have no clue what's which species of animal fanboy over wars. That's not really correct English, but I don't think so. I'm not sure at all. Do you guys
You're
know?
not sure, you just need to answer fast, so you
Yeah, I
get
mean,
as
if
many
you answer
points
fast,
as you can.
then you might get a lot of score. But if you answer smart,
I got it right. I
got it
am
right too.
actually stuck in 8th place, though.
well, I mean, 8th place is still 8th place. It's not like what was it again, like 29th
I'm in
place.
17th.
I
Yeah.
guess Vertivo says something about Warriors at some point. I don't remember, but might be
For me, it
right.
was just
Actually,
production.
the only no, that's not. Which piece of animal fanboy over? I'm really not sure what the question is trying to say. But yeah, I just know. I just was thinking like Warriors is a wolf and foxes have something with wolves, so that was my thought process. But I'm not sure. Anyways, next question. Here. The next question is: what type of animal is able to beat the crocodile's story in the side story small packages? Oh wow. I think I know this. This is where I actually, like in my latest video, I was talking about minor tribes, and one of the there's only one animal, two animals in these answers that actually exist in Chima, and that is a mouse and a bee. I'm not sure if they exist canonically, but in the comics they do.
Well, we do have bees in the first episode of
Of course, yeah.
Legends.
In the first episode, oh yeah, of course, yeah, there are. And also in like another short episode, I think.
Well, and the mouse is actually a mouse. He's not a humanoid mouse.
No, he's basically a clover. I think in the comic they distinguished or like categorized the two tribes as minor and major tribes. Basically, the major tribes being the full-on humanoid animals, can talk and make buildings and eagles and stuff. And the minor tribes are all the small animals that did evolve speech and intelligence, but who didn't physically evolve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm just keeping to that. I'm not sure if that's sentence, but
they never drank from the chi.
Well, actually, that's interesting because there's another like, when do they do things evolve? Because we know that eagles are able to kind of evolve, but actually plants are also able to evolve. Because we know like walking forest, I believe that's something there is. Actually, is able to walk. We have the plants that evolved, like the chomper plants or something.
The Outlands.
Yeah.
The Outlands has some.
So that's very interesting. Like you can read a lot of it on the Book of Cheats. Amazing book. Amazing. I love it. Maybe love it. Okay. Next question. Actually, I'm still in 3rd place. Okay. Oh my. Double points. What is the name of said animal? Oh. Oh no, I definitely got it wrong. But I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. The one who gets
Was
this
there
right
supposed to be-
in the top 3
was-
will be win.
supposed to be an image?
Wait, what did you say?
Was there supposed to be an image?
No, no. The question is talking about the mouse that of the previous question.
Okay.
I'm really not sure which one it is. No, I got it wrong. 6 people got it right. Let's hope it's not someone in the top 3 because then I will be absolutely. Ooh, and I will really be in a pickle because then I won't. Let's take a look. Red got it right, and Doja Cat and Joe they got it right too. So I guess they're now 4,000 points in front of me. Oh my!
What was the answer?
The answer was what was the answer? I think Elons or something. I think Elons. Yeah.
Huh.
Hey, that breaks your tradition
I
of
know.
naming the tribe,
know.
John.
It
You
does.
should object to that.
Yeah.
I know. The books went a little off sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. But next question. I guess congrats to Toshi Cat, Joe, and Red for having it. Oh, actually for Red, for having it good or being correct. Because now you guys are really far in front of me, guys. Okay. You can make an artificial. Oh my god! I talked about this. Oh my god! I clicked on the wrong screen, so now I answered really late. Anyways, I talked about this, guys. You guys should know this. You guys should know this. I talked about this previously in the stream.
Oh,
Yes. I talked about there was
you
like
make
a
an
crystal.
artificial moon?
Yeah, there was, one of the comics there was a crystal, like I said.
Oh,
Which if you shoot like a pulsar beam through it, you can make an artificial 30 years or 100-year moon.
again, the comics and the books.
Yeah, I guess
doing
they are really
something
interesting
slightly
though.
different.
They're different, but you know, they're interesting and they're still like maybe not canon lore, but they are still like maybe a bit of headcanon, but still they are more canon than anything else, or anything not from anything that I could make.
Good stuff. I have a lot of those comics.
And the comics really are good. I really love them actually. Next question. Or actually, first take a look. Red didn't get it right. Red Bedra still is up in front of me. Toaster Cat is now like what? Oh my god, he's like 4,300 points in front of me. Oh my. Next question. What was included in the How to Draw the book for Legends of Chima? Ooh. I think it was. I'm not sure. I think it was like something paper based. Yeah, poster. But a ticket to Legoland Florida would actually be very cool. But it wasn't. If it was be like a competition. Anyways, let's take a look. And everyone got it right, like most people. Joe, man, Joe is still in a streak of answers. Now I'm in place 4 now. My god. Okay, next question. Other than Skinnet, name the other nomad who features in How to Draw a Book. Oh no. That is. I'm really not sure. Could be Donna LaWoosh, could be 40, could be Plover. Shadowwind is not a nomad. He would like, I mean, not a nomad as far as I know. Like, I think the nomads are like the animals that don't have a tribe anymore. But you know. Anyways, it was 30. And I'm still in 4th place.
Clover.
Yeah, I'm not sure why everyone answered 30, but pretty much everyone did. More than half. So I guess everyone was just all knowing or got something. Next question. The only 3 questions remaining. I'm definitely not going to win anymore. And Toshikat is in a big fat lead. So Toshikat, I'm going to preemptively congratulate you. Congratulations, I guess. Okay, next question. What is the color difference between Craiger's show counterpart and minifinger counterpart? Oh no. I'm not sure. I'm going to say some head feature. Some head feature is different. At least that's what I answered. I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm devastated that I'm not going to win.
I don't know what shoots are, but I know they're
Probably
red
skills.
and yellow and green in the minifigure.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know what hues are either, but I got it wrong. So,
I guess it's those spikes on his heads, they're red in the show and they're green in the
oh,
movie.
yeah, that may be it.
Uh,
That may be it.
I didn't know that was called shoots, but hey, I've learned something today, and I'm now in 7th place.
Go. You're actually not that far out behind me. I'm on 4th. Like it all went downhill when the double points questions were introduced. Like I don't know, but everyone that was in the top 3 got it right. I don't know how, but it was my end.
Was,
I'm just trying to
brilliant.
keep the top 20.
Yeah. Oh, good job, man. Actually, and next question, anyways. Ooh, I'm now 4,500 points behind number 1. Anyways,
You can move that up in 2 questions, 3 questions.
yeah. Now there are 2 questions remaining. So next question. Which season is the LEGO Dimensions version of Chima taken from? Oh, that's like, okay. Actually, even LEGO itself, when they're marketing it, there's LEGO themselves actually isn't entirely sure how many seasons of Chima there are.
What?
Like
what?
the LEGO actually, like there's a YouTube video of LEGO where they market the 3rd season of Chima, which I call the 3rd season, as the 2nd season. So even they are not sure. But look, well, how many seasons are there actually? I mean, you guys might give a final answer.
Hey, there's 4, kinda.
Ooh.
So there's the first season, which
Yeah.
is the first 20 episodes. Then there's the Scorpions Outlander. That's kind of the 2nd season in my mind, which is 6 episodes. Then there's the Hunters, the ice stuff, the Fire and Ice, which is the 3rd season. That's 13 episodes. And then there was our Fire Wing season that was supposed to be 6 or more episodes, and that's only 2. But they do get kind of chunked together sometimes. But in our mind, there was always 4.
Oh,
And a 5th season that didn't get
so
made.
actually everyone was wrong then. Everyone was wrong. There actually are 4 seasons. Or actually, there would have been. Let's just say that.
Yeah. The
Anyway,
2-episode season kind of gets combined with the 3rd season.
but would you guys say
time.
that it still has 4 seasons, or would you guys say there are only 3?
Yeah, there's
I
different
would
products.
say we have 41 episodes, I think, which is like a weird number. That's what we have.
Yeah.
No, but they were also based on when new toys came out.
Yeah,
The
they were.
seasons.
Yeah, but then they well, it was frustrating towards the end because we knew that all right, we are writing the end just as we're getting like good feedback from kids really loving this show.
Yeah.
And John was handing in the script just like, oh, John, we're gonna get canceled in a few days. Hand in that freaking script so you can get paid. It was like, I don't care how bad it is or how unfinished it is, just hand in the script. And like we were trying to really keep it going, but the marketing lead, which is a very important person at a project, and he's been there from the very beginning. He'd been reassigned, so now we had a new person in there who didn't have the spirit to fight for it. So we kind of knew that we're on our last legs here. So let's make sure we get a good ending here. And I hope I'll be able to show you this at some point. But we have a trailer for the 3rd season of Legends of Chima on what that concept would be. I think I've been talking about it on online, but we have it's like based on concept art and stuff like that, but it's like a very cool thing about the chi virus and stuff like that. So it's like what happens if there's vampires in Chima?
Oh, actually was there a trailer like the Quest for the Fire Wings trailer? Oh.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, well, that's basically what turned into the last few episodes of Legends of Chima, which would have been that 6-episode arc. But then we had another, I guess, 10 episodes planned for the next thing, which was like this vampire concept. It's like, what happens if someone bites into the chi, infests it, and then plugs it into you? like then you start to turn bad.
I would love
So
to see that one day.
Yeah, it was
yeah,
like blood. Wasn't the chi
yeah,
like blood red or something too after it got
yeah,
infected?
it was. It was like, if the ice tribes were like a zombie metaphor, then the next one would be a vampire metaphor. Um,
Yes.
and we have a pretty cool video that takes you through the story, but obviously we never wrote it because we were basically not doing Chima at that point anymore.
Actually,
But
I always
we had
wonder.
we had the ideas, and we actually had the idea for the next season as well, which was like, damn it, we really want to do this, but if the money isn't there, then we can't do it.
Yeah, but it's still, I always wondered. Like, I would have loved if Chima continued, right? Like everyone does. Like, well, everyone that likes Chima. But I always wondered, how would you manage to not oversaturate the amount of kinds of chi that there are? Because with Lego Ninjago, you can basically like pretty much, like, not really, but like pump out new seasons with, and just giving them new powers, because your signature thing, your signature like piece of media or something, or piece of thing in world thing that you have is like the power of the ninjas, right? And something like that, or the golden weapons maybe. But in China, like, the central piece that you have is chi. But if you need to make a new chi every like 2, 3 seasons, maybe every season, then you might be oversaturating the amount of chi, like the kind of chi that there are. Like, if it would have
Yeah,
continued.
this is like one of my key mantras in creating new content is like, you need to trust the ideas you haven't had yet. And for this particular thing is like, we did have a good idea, which was like, what happens if chi gets really, really bad and corrupted, and it's forced upon you, which was like what happened with these guys. Like, they are biting and they're infecting the chi, and then they're like plugging it into your heart against your will. So like, there's a very strong thing there. Like, it's like a vampire metaphor, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know how we would go about it and how long we would go about it, but I think that there's territory ripe for exploitation there. You can really make some cool ideas and concepts there. And I'm not saying that we had all the ideas, but we had the foundation to keep going, because there is some mythology that we haven't explored yet. There's some animal tribes that we haven't gone to yet, like the Minotaurs. We were going into Greek territory. Like, even I have some really, really cool sketches of hybrids, which is more like a centaur. You know, we,
Yeah.
we we went to animals with human bodies, but what if we went a little further than that? And I, one of my John and my favorite ideas about the original story Bible was the idea about the I think we call it the traveling forest or the walking forest
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
I know about it.
Like a forest that never stops. It keeps one walking. And if you fall asleep inside this place, something will happen to you. And we never really got to explore that. But there's some very wonderful ideas about the whole nature and the ecological thing
Anyone that
about this
wants
thing.
yeah, for anyone that wants to read about the Walk of Forest, there actually is a bit about it in the Book of Chi. It's like the Fog of Oblivion, which I'm not sure if it is like the Fog of Destiny, but the Walk of
Yeah,
Forest actually has a bit in it in the book. Amazing.
yeah.
But anyways, let's go on to the final question, people. This will probably have like double points or something. Take a look. Which color was introduced to be used in the Chima theme? Oh, I answered wrong. Anyway. Actually, it may matter. I'm going getting it. I think Oh, I don't know. Maybe yellow green, maybe ice blue, olive green. I don't think olive green was introduced, but I know it's a Giant Bricks talked about how it was a rare color. Oh, olive green did get introduced?
Yep. I actually
Wow.
knew that one.
I've got it right, but I didn't know. Anyways, people, let's take a look at who won. Who were in the top 3? I am not. I sadly am not. I'm number 4. Number 3 is Red. Cool. We have Joe in 2nd place, and 1st place is, of course, look, Toaster Cat. Toaster Cat, good job. You actually won by a long shot. And the runner-ups are the Chima Channel and Thengar.
Mad respect.
Yeah. I got a few questions wrong. I think, how many questions did I get wrong? I don't know if I can see it. I think I got like, maybe like 4 or 5 questions wrong. More. So 10% I got wrong. Okay. Anyways, shall we just drag in in the call the creator of the Kahoot?
Oh, please do.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great
So
job.
Shrimps, I'm going to drag you in. And if I can... Oh, there we go. Those Shrimps, you can unmute yourself.
I just got dragged.
Yeah, you have.
Let me just mute.
We
the
hear
stream.
you now.
Yeah.
There we go. Hi.
Hello, Shrimps.
Hi, and thank you for the wonderful quiz.
You're
Great.
welcome.
I didn't know a lot of the answers, but it was a great quiz.
Thanks.
Was absolutely fantastic. And
I am just happy that I did better than John. That was my main goal tonight.
Thanks.
I'm right in the middle. I'm in 20th, 20 out of 40 or 38, however on.
Yeah,
how many are on here.
we started
Well,
with
I'm just
40.
starting laughing because I didn't expect this at all.
Yeah.
Because
I think
when I got the message, I thought it was just gonna be for a video.
Yeah, I was. It is actually is for a video, but I turned it into a stream as well because I think everyone enjoys, playing with us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So can I ask you, how many times have you actually watched the series? Because as John and I, who are developing these things, we are probably watching the episodes like 25 times in
I know.
just in the development of things. Because
funny thing, I watched like season 1 ages ago, like years ago. But like recently, Marchish time, I started it and I haven't finished yet because I don't want to finish it, and it's like super weird. But like I think recently I've only seen like some of the episodes like once.
wow,
Yeah,
impressive.
I gave him a lot of the like Shrimps. I don't think you actually read a lot of the strips and like the little books before, right? I gave you an all, and you just.
No, I just look for interesting stuff in them, really.
Yeah.
And I know I got some of the questions wrong.
No problem.
And like, I'm gonna say sorry for that because like, yeah.
But it didn't really take away that much.
That was John and I's chance to catch up a bit.
And it's
Yeah.
a few interesting conversations.
Yeah.
No problem. At least you just, thank you for making the quiz at all. It was
You're
amazing.
welcome. I mean, it was definitely not a super like awkward point because I was going for exams, but like I got it done.
Yeah, there's some great like sort of obscure stuff like the Fanger.
I searched
Fanger.
everywhere,
Ah,
like fandom.com and all that. I searched everywhere.
Yeah.
he will be thrilled that he's in a quiz, by the way.
Yeah.
Be the highlight of his
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, how did you actually?
Yeah.
How did you actually find that? I've said it like quite a bit of times that Fanger was named after Sebastian Fanger. Where did you find it?
It was actually in your Discord.
On my Discord.
I just like nabbed it and just put it in because like it was originally like a different question, but I weren't too sure on it, so I changed it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Thomas Fanger actually doesn't work at Lego anymore, but I'm still talking to him quite a lot and working on him with him on other projects. So that's interesting. But he worked both on Ninjago, Legends of Chima, and Nexonite as well.
Yeah, this is still crazy to me, to be honest. Because, like, logically speaking, I only got into fandom like April time. So not long ago.
Well,
No, but I guess that means you have a lot of stuff to catch up on, and I think that's
Yeah,
great.
I know.
I would love if someone, I guess it would be risky, but if I could have someone erase my brain and I would be watching Star Wars for the first time, what would my reaction be? Because like Star Wars is such a fundamental part of what I've been doing for so many years now. It's like really, I love it, and everything that I do is informed by Star Wars. But how would I react to it if I saw it for the first time? Is like just such an interesting question to me.
Like, it could be the same, but it also could be different.
Yeah, I mean, but take away Star Wars from me. That's what I've always been saying to people. Then I would just implode and I wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Everything I've done, like Legends of Chima, Nexonites, Hidden Side, Dreams now, Ninjago, like it wouldn't have been anything if I hadn't had that sort of baggage that is Star
Like,
Wars. Yeah.
it's weird because like I mainly started drawing because of like Undertale and all that. And like I know completely like underrated, but like if I could go back and experience Undertale again, I would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
crazy.
I want to go back for Saturday weekend.
It's actually crazy.
Yeah. Anything else you want to ask?
It's weird because like I've been thinking about it for like ages. Like, what do I ask? Do I ask like opinions on like a headcanon or something? Because like I think about that kind of stuff a lot, and I've asked people what I should ask, but like I think like I don't know. I think my big question is that if you could go back and make what differences would you make to a show now? Like if you
I,
got
I have my answer. John, you wanna? Do you have an answer for that?
I mean, I don't know what I'd do differently. I'd like to do all the things that we planned. I mean, there's probably another 10 or 20 episodes that we talked about and story points that we talked about doing that just didn't get made. So I'd like to have them get made. And the thing that Tommy was talking about earlier about the later seasons with the biters, the
yeah.
vampire. Would I do anything different? I don't know. What would you do different, Tommy?
I think there was definitely something where, it was very, very evident when we did Legends of Chima. This was like to be a property that boys would like, and like we based a lot of the characters off the characters that would be in the toys. But I also think that like it got a little weird. Like what, why weren't there any females in the lion compound and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And obviously that's something we addressed later.
That is
But it
like,
was it's like we were basically very, very adherent to the way that the toys would release. And I would have liked to, develop the societies a little more than we actually did. But that's just one thing. And then I obviously like, holy shit, we had, again, trust the stories that you trust the ideas that you haven't had yet.
yeah.
We had lots of ideas, and some of them were really solid, and they were really researched, and they were ready to go, which was wonderful. But we could have developed this world forever. So I think it was just like the timing wasn't quite right. and we still had Ninjago there, which like
Yeah.
obviously I love Ninjago, but it was like everything was like in getting in each other's way. So
Yeah,
you
and
know the
when
timing
you
was
had to choose
there.
which one to do, obviously you choose the least popular one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have
No,
liked
no,
to
no, you
liked to
know,
expand on some of the characters that we just see, like, Dom DeLuise and Furtivo and all, even the Beavers could have we could have done more with. We just didn't have enough. There's so many characters.
You actually
I
did
mean, there's
more.
over 100, I think.
Yeah,
100 characters with names.
you actually did more with the beavers in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. I
You
mean,
actually
all those
implied
characters
it.
could have had spin-offs.
You implied it in one of the short movies, like A Dream
Yeah.
to Sleep or something. It's called.
why are you guys so short? Something like that.
Yeah.
Like they were
Exactly.
originally the beavers was the dominant species of Legends of
Yeah.
Chima.
Yeah.
And like they were huge, but then I think John didn't. They were like destroying everything.
Yeah.
Wasn't
They were
that
like, break
Yeah.
it, break it,
when,
break it.
when Frogger has traveled back 10,000 years in time?
Yeah.
He convinces them that they shouldn't destroy things, you just try to fix things, and then by that they become like the small thing that fixes everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind
It was
Brilliant.
like that.
The movie's like such a weird idea to me because it like could have worked as a finale and all, if you get what I mean.
It was
Like,
more
like
like
We Bare Bears did.
it was more like a It was more like an explanation. It was more like a fun adventure, I would say. Fun adventure. Now,
Yeah.
not like a fun adventure. It was more like an adventure. An adventure.
Like more similar to the regular show movie, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it could have been. But
the movie
never.
was supposed to happen between episodes. What was it?
39 and 40.
39 and 40, I think. And there was like some really big ambitions about making it for a 3D theater thing.
Yeah.
And we had a budget, and in the end, Lego just didn't have the interest to do it.
That's sad.
So that could be Spark coming up again, like with some
Make a
stuff
cool
like
comic book out of it.
Like before we continue, like, I just gotta thank you because like, I'm not sure if you've seen it, but I relate to one of the characters, and like, which is shocking to me because like I didn't expect that to happen when I started watching the show again.
Did you say
Like-
Michael? The bear?
No, not the bear.
Which one would that be?
It'd be Laval actually.
Oh, Laval.
Yeah, but like, I think I put it in the group chat somewhere. I'll try and find it because like I was just like info dumping and all that about it. Alright,
Anyways,
and like it's funny because like I didn't expect that.
We always try to make characters that are so different that someone would be able to identify with some sort of trait that they have, whether that's being a positive or a negative. Like I remember how John and I talked about like, oh fuck, we really love Razor. Like,
I know.
it's like his mischievous nature and the way he goes about dealing with people is like, yeah, it's not who we want to be, but sometimes it's
Fun,
who we
fun.
are.
Yeah.
yeah. Razor is really. I like Razor. He's not my favorite character.
I like most
But
of
he's
the
one of my
characters.
favorite
Like, I
characters.
think some are like really cool, like Razor obviously, and Krago. Krago's like probably my favorite. Like
Mhm.
without getting to like personal stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Shrimps, for making it.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Honestly,
Fine.
been
Well,
sick.
Well done. So
Well, thank
Yeah,
you.
this has honestly been like such a sick experience to be talking to you all and all that.
Problem. Well, thank you, and nice day. I'm going to drag in the winner of the Kahoot now. So thank you for
too.
being here. Goodbye.
You're welcome. Everyone have like a nice day and all that.
Well, my day is
Yeah.
coming to an end because in like 2 hours my day will end. But yeah, you have a nice day.
You too.
Thank you.
too.
And now let's drag in the winner. if I can drag him in. Wait.
Well played, sir.
Well, he's not here yet. I'm trying to drag him in, but it doesn't want.
Okay.
Let me just. If I drag our call in here, I can barely reach us, and he's here. You can.
Hello.
Hello.
Do we have our winner here?
We do.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. How did you know all that stuff?
So I watched the show when it originally came out, like many years ago, and then
Right.
I watched it once again last year because I remembered it existed and wanted to relive some nostalgia. And then I convinced a friend to watch it with me in the past few months, so that's where a lot of the memory came from.
But you knew the books, and you know you must have known some of the weird secret stuff.
Yeah, those just happened to be like the 2 books I owned. I didn't own all of them. And I think the thing with the mouse I had heard in one of the Discords.
Really?
But yeah,
Oh wait. Oh, like the name of the mouse or like the mouse itself?
both.
The name
Wow.
too. I didn't. I've been active in like the like a Chima Discord and my Chima Discord, and I've never seen the name. Like maybe I've written. I think I've never heard anyone else talking about it. I've only talked about it myself. Maybe I spread like a screenshot of it. But like I don't
Yeah,
remember the name. At
no
all.
wiki or something, I'm not sure.
I don't remember the name.
I had no
Well,
idea.
I
I
mean,
didn't know what the name was called.
No, I think that's wonderful. If stuff that was done is so memorable that it sticks after just 1 or 2 viewings,
Hmm.
nice. Then I guess
Did a
it
great
was
job.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're very very glad that people like what we did. Like what was it, John? 10 years ago.
Yeah, at
Was
least.
10 years
And
ago over.
if I think the thing is if people don't have fun doing what they do, then you can kind of see it in the content. But we definitely did. So I hope that's what comes out in the content and
It definitely
those
shines through.
episodes. And it was like I think what sticks out to me now with the way I now work. I work in writers' room, which is like 7 or 8 people. Back then, when we did Legends of Chima, we were like 3 persons. There was always one that was like assigned to be the devil's advocate. He was like, "Oh, I will now be the the guy that hates everything we do." And we switched around taking that position. So there was John, there was myself, and there was Thomas Finger. Um, but there was always this like very very fun and collaborative effort to, hey, let's not overthink this. We're gonna make something great, but there's always one in the room that's gonna be the one that's like, hey, but what if we do this? We shouldn't get too comfortable too soon and just agree on something that isn't great. But I think that worked very well at the time for the free person room, and anyway, that's what we got out of it, like 3 persons. And I think, thinking about it right now, John wrote 41 episodes all by himself. It's just like incredible. That never happens anymore. 41 episodes of 22 minutes written by one guy. That's just crazy.
Part of that was there was a lot of mythology, and we talked about this at the time. Like we could bring in a writer, but he'll have to read 200 pages of Bibles and mythology, and somehow get that all right and write an episode. So there was a practical reason, and they were spending less money on things back then too. I think they might have more resources these days than they did, because it was a relatively new thing for Lego making these kind of shit. They made Ninjago was their first sort of IP that they created from scratch. I think. I mean, Bionicle they did that, but not at the same level. So it was all a new thing. Now, I mean, they're more used to it. I think. For good, better and worse, because now they bring in 8 writers, and I don't know if it necessarily is a better thing than just 2 or 3.
Yeah, well, it definitely gets new idea on the tables, but
Yeah.
that's also why all those Legends of Chima shorts I wrote because
Yep. There's
John
like
was
100 of them.
yeah, well, I guess that was 40. I don't remember, but we were super busy writing the episodes, so we couldn't really bring in another writer to do those because there was just too much knowledge that they would have to absorb to write that, relatively little material. So I did that.
Yeah.
So
They're great.
it was very, very small, very loving and very dedicated team, and I think that shows in the content.
One thing I remember is Thomas Fenger was always referencing Harry Potter. That
Yeah.
was his like Tommy was referencing Star Wars. Thomas Fenger was referencing Harry Potter, and I think the Star Wars reference is clearly one because I can't think of any sort of Harry Potterish thing in the whole series.
No, but it got us on the right track.
Yeah.
But well, the Harry Potter stuff definitely made it into a later series. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
And Fenger was a great collaborator, and I think it's always important to have people that are contrarian to what you like.
Yep.
So it was always like, hey, let's switch roles. Now I'll put on this cap. Now I'll be the bad guy in the room and let's say, hey, we are just liking this now because we are in love with some sort of 80s reference. Is this really something that benefits the children that's gonna watch this? And then you would fight out. So yeah. But hey, but now we've been bested at our own game. We're not the experts of Legends of Chima anymore. I feel ashamed, and John, you feel super ashamed.
I barely got 50%, or I think
I got like 90. Still not. I'm still not the greatest expert, I would say, but I got beaten, so I'm not the best expert. I'm not the best expert there. So congratulations, Toaster
thank you.
Cat. You are amazing.
It's a very, very surreal experience.
You are a hard
Never thought
opponent
I'd
to beat. I didn't beat you after all.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Yeah.
And it was interesting hearing like people who were on the team comparing it or referencing like Game of Thrones, because when I watched it the first time as a kid, my dad would always make comparisons between the two. So it was
Great.
cool to see that like there was actually some inspiration.
Well, it's interesting. We started working on it, and then everyone's like, "Oh, this sounds like Game of Thrones." So we came up with a lot of the framework before either of us had actually seen Game of Thrones, believe it or not.
Oh,
And then like
Yeah.
we're like, yeah, and there's White Walkers, and then and we came up with a lot of things independently.
Yeah.
But once it was out, it's an easy way to explain it to people. It's Game of Thrones for kids.
I remember that M2 they like look at the intro of Game of Thrones. This is what we want to make the intro of the series. It's like, and I was like, it was just like this camera traveling over this map and like things rising out of the ground. Like, I fucking hate this. This is super boring. I hadn't watched Game of Thrones at the time, and anyway, it's not what we wanted to do. Was like focus on the world at that time. It was like there's tribes, there's lions, there's crocodiles. These are at odds. Like that's what we wanted to focus on the first few episodes. Whereas like when we talked to M2 who produced the show, like they were very much on the world. And we got there and that's what we should do, but it was too complicated for the first few episodes. And we did not want to go,
Overboard.
No, we didn't want to go to that extent just yet. But it's eventually what it is. But And but just with when you have all these tribes and it's great and they have personalities and they have territories. So it's basically what we wanted to do, but we just wanted to get there a little slower, which is eventually what we decided to do.
Yeah, the world building and stuff is like one of my favorite parts of the show.
Yeah.
It's a shame not much of it like made it in, or not a whole bunch of it made it into like the show itself, but there's so much like scattered throughout all the books and stuff. It's cool to
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah,
It's just it's expensive. It's a lot
yeah.
of it's sets to build, and M2 did a really good job of using these 2D backgrounds to give you this sort of expansive, sense of the world. But every time you had to build another vehicle or another rock, even it was it was a cost. It's assets. There's only so much money we had to spend. So given that, it's pretty impressive what they did.
And I would say even if you look at it today with our, a very very succulent, expensive CGI goggles that we have today, because everything looks great these days. Even the stuff that people complain about. If you look at the show from 2013, it looks a whole damn better than 90% of the stuff that's on the TV. I mean, and I think one of the main things is if you look at how the camera moves. Camera moves is one of the most expensive things in doing CGI these days, and back in the days as well, because you have to re-render the whole thing. It's not just about like, oh,
Oh,
we have a plate and then we are moving some characters in front of a plate. No, it was full 3D environments, look great, played great,
yeah.
and I would say I would be hard pressed to find another show that looks better than Legends of Chima even today.
Yeah, Chima
Yeah.
really even this might be a really obscure thing, but even if you just look at the reflections in like Eris's
Yeah,
armor, like I'm sure that they might have just grabbed it to the like screenshot or something, I don't know. Or like anything like any the connected node or something, but that's way more technical. Like Eris's armor has like the reflection. But still, a reflection in Eris's armor, that's like a really neat detail. And it actually was an accurate reflection too. So I don't know how they did that. Like, I kind of guess.
They had they had a lighting team, which a lot of shows when you do 3D animation, you set up lights. They're
Yeah,
digital, but
I know.
and it's kind of complicated to do it. And a lot of shows just don't. They skip that. They just use the sort of flat lighting. And Chima had they had a whole lighting team, and
I
everything's really well lit. And that's where you get those reflections and all the really fun stuff.
I
They did
actually
some really
talked to like I can I can look up the credits in a bit, but I actually talked to like a lot, like pretty much every lead artist on the Chima team. I talked to them. A lot of like the smaller artists too. I actually talked to like more than half of everyone that work in Chima. Even like maybe like with the even with like the commercial people, like maybe I've talked with them only a few lines of text, and even with them I talked, right. So I talked with probably like over half everyone that's working Chima. So yeah.
you.
I think that's one of just the things. I don't know if this is a superficial thing, but if you're really proud of what you've been participating in, you want to talk about it.
Mhm.
If you don't, if it's like it fizzled out, I don't care about it, then you're not gonna engage in that sort of conversation. But if you're really proud of it, you really wanna, talk to people that appreciate it, and I think that's one of the things that we see here in this instance.
Yeah, like
If people worked on a show, no matter in which capacity, they take super pride in what we were able to achieve on that, schedule and budget, and I think it's great. And damn, we should do more of it.
we should, we
Well,
really should.
if there's enough fan support for things, eventually they do. The companies notice and they revive them. I mean, I don't know how that works with Lego because they tend not to bring back their old themes, but I'm hopeful.
Yeah, like I can continue, but eventually I don't know how long I can continue until I don't have time for this anymore or like anything else. So I'm hoping that there might be other people that want to, help me make Shima content on YouTube, like make their
Well,
own
that game is
content.
if that game actually gets done and
Yeah,
gets finished and released, I mean that'll be
that
a big
will
thing. And
certainly catch at least Lego's attention. I don't know if it will be
yeah,
good, but if it will be good, then we will certainly be noticed by them, and hopefully they will actually take some action. Hopefully not the bad action, but
yeah.
let's hope they take some good action. Let's just say. Like the game, I can actually show you guys some of the game. I don't know if you guys are interested. I'm not going to that. Going to because it includes some music, and I'm not sure if it's copyrighted. Never mind. Ignore what I said.
All right, we'll check it out.
I can show you guys, or I can send you some bills after the stream.
Excellent.
Yeah. But yeah. I don't know if you actually I don't stream isn't here anymore. Do you guys have anything else to say? Because it's getting pretty late over. I'm going on vacation tomorrow, so I have a long ride ahead of me.
And this is actually my last day of vacation, so
Oh, you still in Norway? Or in
I'm going back to work tomorrow,
Oh.
and I have a lot of stuff to catch up on dreams. So, thank you a lot. This was great. I had a fabulous time, and I'm a little bummed that I didn't win this quiz, but my main goal was to get better than John, and I think I achieved that.
That was easy. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think my goals low.
I'm also sad that I didn't win, but my main goal is to entertain you guys and to bring you guys some Chima content. So I guess we all won. So
yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah, thanks for hosting us.
No problem. Thank you for participating, and thank you for asking questions, stirring up some interesting conversations, and just for being here and being a fan of Chima. Really helps.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised to see that like the fandom is still relatively active, given the show ended like 8 years ago.
Yeah, especially since like, if we're talking like Chima, like there hasn't been any Chima content. Also on YouTube, there hasn't been any Chima content for like 7 years before I came, and even my first year was also like really bad. Like I really made some terrible content. Like compared to what I can make now. Even though I don't make a lot of content, to be honest. I should be making more videos, but I should learn some things or two from John, because I hate typing scripts myself. But yeah, I don't make a lot of content, and even back in the days when I didn't make a lot and I still didn't make good content, there really wasn't a lot of it around, a lot of Chima content. Way less than there's now, and I'm just surprised that there have still been that many people that watch my videos and still like Chima. It's really been amazing, and let's hope we can get some more people back in Chima.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys want to say anything more. Anything else?
Well, I have a quick lore.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I have a quick lore question, if that's okay.
I'm fine with it. The question is, Tommy and John are fine with it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead then.
Apologies if this is answered before. So in the failed illumination, like all the Phoenix went up to the mother sun or something, but in the successful one, like all the participants were fine. Like how?
Yeah, I also wonder.
How does that work? Is that just because it was successful? Or?
John?
Yeah.
What's that? So in the failed one, you're saying they both disappeared.
Yeah, basically, this was basically what I was saying about how Flemings. I thought that Flemings kind of was a jerk before I watched the movie.
Yep.
Why didn't he just join the Illumination? Because if in an Illumination like that is successful, then would they still be fine? Because if he would, then Flemings just was kind of a jerk for not joining. But how come the heroes were still fine after finishing the Illumination?
That's a good question.
Oei.
A good one.
So I think the first one is like, how would Fluminox know? He
enough.
basically chose his son over the rest of them, right?
Right.
So
I-
I think that's a noble character motivation. Then we get to the second illumination.
And why don't the heroes with their fire wings vanish?
Yeah.
I think because they're not Phoenix. Because it would be weird for them to suddenly, because the Phoenix like kind of ascend into the sun or someplace
Yeah.
above. But I don't think you have to be a Phoenix for that to happen.
Yeah.
That's
It's
kind of the logic.
like, you know, whatever was absorbed was the Phoenix wings, but not their persons, because
Right.
you know, originally the Phoenix were absorbed, but they didn't have a harness with wings. Our heroes did, so that's what was taken.
Yeah, and the
But
harnesses actually did like vanish.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it would make sense.
That's why they're stuck up there, wondering how to get down.
Yeah.
yeah.
But then that actually does make sense here.
And you know, I'm not saying that John and I thought this through entirely, but I think there's some sort of inherent logic in there
Yeah.
that, you know, we can argue, or someone can dig up in that sort of logical lore. Because like, it's not like the heroes are left, well, they are left unscathed at the end of episode 41, but they don't have their fire wings, they don't have the fire armor anymore, so something was taken.
Right.
But before I'm going to quit or end the stream, I just want to say another thing, and that it's that Shrimps wasn't the only one working on any Kahoots, on some Kahoots, because just in case we would get through the Kahoots on a too quick, I made sure that we had some extra Kahoots standing by. So I quickly want to thank Chaosbringer and Guan, I think I'm saying that right, for also making a Kahoots. They were a bit smaller than what we have now, but they did work on one or two actually then. So I also want to thank them. So yeah, they're not here, but I quickly want to thank them.
Thank you as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream now. So have a nice day, Tommy Andreas and Junior Flani. Well, Tommy Andreas doesn't have a long day left. But you, John, you do. So good day to you, and Tommy Andreas, good night to you. It's been an honor, not serving, but being with you and streaming with you. But thank you.
This was great. Thank you so much.
No problem. I loved it. I have a wonderful time.
All right. Bye.
See you. Goodbye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, all.